lots of likelihood that you are going to see Viper in that dual v dual situation in the mid lane.
What are you thinking, Blitz?
I was thinking about the Brood. It was actually VP that decided to ban it first. I'm also thinking, like, if this is core Venge, what are the support duos that you can pick? Of course, like, the most common one for VP is the Disruptor in this situation. It's good against the IO Tiny too. You bring somebody in, then you just glimpse the IO away or the Tiny away, depending on if you can kill them or not. So it's a pretty common hero for them right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see that so much in CIS, and I was wondering where it was in that last series, but just 2 European teams. I'd be super surprised if we didn't see Disruptor coming out.
Shadow Demon is still on the table, though.
That's
a hero that's been a lot of it, and it's the other big. I bring that up here because it's the other big solo hero. You talk about the big solo heroes being the Bane, Ogre, Winter Wyvern here recently, but he has played quite a bit of Shadow Demon. He's 3-0 with it in the current patch.
I think Shadow Demon is a really strong hero right now, but they opt to ban out the Gyrocopter. Sleeves VP open for quite a lot of things right now. This Venge, because you picked it in this position, can be pretty flex. Put her in any position.
Do you actually keep a secret and just pick like your offlaner at this point to make sure like the VS is to the question mark?
You can do that. You can take something like Magnus and just decide to go for the old school VP. I think somebody banned it against them earlier today. The other option too is you can go global yourself and take an NP or something like that. But I think in the last 2 games that we saw them, they disrupted third.
He's still got Brew in the pool as well. He hasn't been banned out at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of options still available. Like, neither team has really locked up their draft pack yet.
Lich pickup.
Wow. Well, that'll lock down the lanes.
And the Chain Frost is really nice against the Tiny IO, of course.
Yeah, I'm saying it so far. Nice bursty damage, some stuns. I'm just a little worried about Viper, though. Yeah, without the right kind of heroes for him to be against, I don't feel the impact as much. I mean, Nether Toxin can be amazing against certain heroes, but...
He's going to be that great frontline sustain. Like, yeah, there's a lot of regeneration that can be there, but like, how do you get through both Frost Armor and the Corrosive Skin? You've got Swap for save if this is actually going to be a 4-position VS. Like, it's going to be difficult for Team Liquid to get that burst combination off you get from the Tiny currently, but we are still only looking at 2 of their heroes. There's more to come.
I will say also that a little bit of a caveat to my earlier statement that Viper can be less strong in dual lanes. Viper Lich is terrifying to play against.
Dazzle. This is a lot of survive, but is this the point where you start to worry that Team Liquid aren't aggressive enough?
Dude, AA is still on the table. It doesn't go through Shallow Grave, but it negates so much.
It would take away your playmakers, though. The support role. Take away your playmakers and make things a little bit...
5 seconds remaining.
Now, I hear Dazzle is the new core, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the one position Dazzle.
It's so bad. I don't know why.
You hate Dazzle in general.
No, I mean, I'm over that, but it's just terrible.
I'm sorry. Would we like to listen to professional analysts? What do you think?
It's okay.
Oh.
Kinguin ran it. It was better than I expected. Like, there was some potential, but Kinguin was also on a run there. They were like the train of that tournament. It was hard to stop them. VP, though, if you take the AA, it puts you in a weird spot. And Beastmaster was actually the hero that I thought Liquid would take. Because they need high tempo right now. They don't have... Their main catch comes from, like, Tiny IO, but you need something like Nyx to, like, scout ahead. Or Bounty. You need something that, like, front forward just runs at people for you and, like, finds opportunities.
10 seconds.
Otherwise, you limit the potential of this, like, Tiny IO.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what happens when you see a draft like this with so many directed bans or respect bans, whatever you want to call them. The team's banning specifically the opponent is that heroes that are just unconditionally strong in a patch, like the Beastmaster, who's one of the more banned heroes this patch, and like the Razor, who's seen a huge uptick in popularity recently, they're still available at the back end of a draft like this.
Oh man, Razor, huh? We've seen a lot of Razor bans. Sometimes he's kind of been synonymous with being picked and then not having an amazing showing, just kind of being there. How do you guys feel about Razor? You think that he's the crutch that this team needed?
I think Razor's still a really powerful one position. Like, he opens up the laning phase a lot for you. In China, especially, we saw this year, like, abused because it takes away, like, half the offlane pool. You can leave them in 1v1 positions. You can aggro with them.
Yes.
Like, they can put him into a position where they aggro, and then they decide to do something like Tide, safe lane, and then leave him one-on-one against the Beast.
It's just so stable. It's a hero. It's a core that can play in all 3 lanes. it punishes so many lane matchups so severely, and it's very self-sufficient.
My concern right now for Team Liquid's draft is just the lack of disable in their lineup. They can't lock it down. Compared to VP, you have it in droves. But also with the IO and Dazzle, you're not going to be able to invade the VP jungle. So if you want to take that slower kind of hero that can make the most out of stacks, I'm interested to see just how far you'd go with the Tiny, who I think is like one of the only people who could really get in there and actually steal any kind of stacks from VP. How did Team Liquid control the pace of this game? Like we were talking about at the very start of this panel, like Team Liquid, they want to play their type of Dota, and do you get dragged into it? VP seem to be able to set the tempo really easily in this game.
I mean, you are passing over probably the most effective stun in Dota, the Poison Touch stun. So
True.
It is huge.
Shame on me.
Question: is this Razor pick at least in part to set up for a potential Lone Druid 5th for Team Liquid? Because you're taking one of the you're taking one of the few big counters to that hero off the board.
I think that'd be really awkward. You'd have to create space for Tiny, Razor, Lone Druid.
I've seen them run Mind Control on Razor before, and I don't think he needs that necessarily that much space on the hero.
I think you'd have like 0 catch.
Okay.
That'd be really rough. I think the better option is you just take something like Tide or Batrider and just run at them.
Batrider would be nice to at least give that initiation, because right now
Batrider into Venge?
It seems to be like well, right now what have you got? You've got Tiny with Blink and Shadowblade as your only jump in. You can relocate to the back lines, but who knows if you're going to be seen. You've got Swap, you've got Disables, you relocate in just 2 of you, that's going to Chain Frost. There's so many problems, it seems, just for Team Liquid to get the upper hand against a team like Virtus.Pro who's happy to run at you. Puck at least now gives you that team fight control. It gives you some maneuverability and that jump initiation.
So we're thinking, just to be clear here, we're thinking that this is a Mind Control puck?
I think so.
It looks to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
They needed some kind of playmaker, low cooldown.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, being able to get these teams locked down a little bit, being a little bit evasive for the Venge and the Lich, certainly going to be super useful as well. I think it's a great pick.
So we still have yet to answer the question: is this a core or a support Venge?
We're about to find out, Nahaz. In 20 seconds, it's Christmas. Just for you.
Now the Drow's still on the table. If VP want to do that, feels a little awkward. They're going to
Terribly.
Okay. I knew they needed something that can hit buildings, even with the Beastmaster push. This is a very powerful pushing lineup by VP, and the question to me is going to be: do they have enough control for the fights? All right, boys. Game 1, 3rd series of the day. Winner already moves on to earn a spot in our winners bracket final. What are we thinking?
My money's on Virtus.Pro. Game 1. I think they got the better control. I don't know if Team Liquid's going to be able to react to the pace that VP will set.
I'm trying to play this game out of my head, but I think Liquid, because the Razor should be pretty dominant in this game, and I feel like the Wiz Tiny should also be very strong. I think if the laning phase snowballs out, I think it'll be Liquid.
Terribly going to get run over. All my money on Team Liquid for this one.
I'm going to go Liquid. I think this is a pretty even matchup in a lot of ways, but yeah, I just think the Liquid draft is something that they can execute for sure. All right, guys. Been a long time coming, but here is our best of 3 series, the premier matchup in Western Dota. Let's take it over to the voices of DreamLeague. Here are OD, Pixel, and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Nahaz, and no doubt about it at all. Liquid versus VP, what a treat we have in store. Yep. The 2 lineups coming through is that there's some mixed stuff, but they have this tiny IO combo being attempted with not too much success at all. Of course, from EG. We'll see if Liquid could do a better job with it. And that final pick from VP, the Terrorblade for Ramses. We'll do a quick rundown of the teams, though, for you watching at home. Over on Liquid, we have Miracle playing the Tiny. GH at the moment heading up top with Mind Control. GH IO, Mind Control playing the off-lane Puck. Kuroki's going to be saving the day on his Dazzle. And last but not least for Liquid, Matuma, he'll be the Razor. Over on the side of Virtus.Pro, Ramses, as we were saying, playing the Terrorblade. Backed up by Lil on the support, Vengeful Spirit. Solo's going to be roaming around on that Lich. No one on the mid lane, Viper. And finally, Pasha on one of his strongest heroes, the Beastmaster offlane. So, Fog, what are we thinking? Yep, that final pick Terrorblade. Why have VP decided this is the game to bring that one?
They wanted a pushing hero that benefits from Venjora as well as Beastmaster. It's the biggest thing that I can see from it. High base armor hero too, that can deal with that big damage that comes out from the Razor as well, with the either Storm and Tiny. So I think that's probably what they're looking for. It's mostly the push, just that super late game hero that can scale. Since Viper, he kind of hits like a threshold. You know, we saw that in the Navi game where Dendi, he wasn't having like a bad game by any means, but he couldn't really get so involved into the fights. He's a Viper at some point in the game. So you were saying Lil has the support bench, but he's a Wraith band actually on the bench. So they're really gonna have Solo playing the hard 5, the super insane like 6 roll, I guess we could say, as we have seen him do so often in the past. And they're gonna give Lil a bit more priority in farm. So it looks like it's gonna be GH is gonna be moving around a bit, of course, but it's gonna be that Razor versus the Viper in the mid lane as we've seen so often in the past. Long time ago, of course, since last time we saw that, but. And they're gonna focus more on shutting down the Tiny in the bottom lane. You see Lich rotating down and actually getting the deny on that range creep.
We'll see how well no one can do in this matchup.
Yeah.
Could certainly get tricky if Matuma gets the lead to begin with.
I like that Kuro actually starts in this top lane. They're putting a lot of harassment onto Lil already with that poison touch. Puck is one of those heroes similar to Timbersaw that they were talking about earlier. Is you can't really just like leave this hero alone at the start, because if you do get zoned out, you can't really jungle. You have no method for that, so you have to have a good start in the laning phase.
So GH trying to 1v1 it here, some fire versus Lich action.
You see what GH did there though? Instead of having wanting to use the curry early, he walks into the enemy secret shop to buy the bottle.
Oh, that's cute.
So, that was nice. Lil?
Top. I mean, mind control is also getting very, very low here. He'll commit for the kill, and the trade is there, but he secures Liquid the first blood with that play.
Yeah, I mean, they're happy. They're pressuring Terrorblade. He's already used Metamorphosis as well. First blood attained, and Puck's already back up there too, and Kuroki is level 2 already on Dazzle, which can put a lot of pressure onto this lane. Every time Terrorblade walks up the last hit without meta, he can eat a bit of heal damage, even though he's high armor. It's still annoying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, the Puck nukes are definitely what's going to cause the biggest issues for Ramses in this lane, as we've seen with the constant orbs from mind control, keeping the Terrorblade down. Mid lane, as it were, Solo. We saw him start off with the TP down towards the bottom, but he's headed back towards the mid, looking to just secure no one this matchup that could play out to be quite tricky for the Viper. But with the backup, no one's now sitting 7 for 1, equal on CS to Maman.
Yeah,
in that mid lane.
This is like one of the few matchups that maybe Razor does actually lose in, or that Viper actually loses in. Apologies, because boots on Razor, you get the static link on Viper, and it's pretty much impossible to do much unless you get some help. So there goes the link, and he's got boots, and Viper being the slowest, one of the slower heroes in the game, gets 52 damage stolen from him. Makes it a lot harder now for no one in that mid lane.
Well, looks like both side lanes, you have the carries getting farm, Ramses and Miracle, 13 CS.
Yeah.
Amongst both of them.
Matsu mid, eating a lot of harassment, no one, and Solo.
Gonna have the TP coming through, and still too much. VP, they will claim the kill on Matuma.
Nice rotations by Solo, just being in the right place at the right time.
Very important kill.
Yeah.
Getting that Razor out, trying to secure a bit of a better lane for no one.
Yeah, one of the big reasons they got that kill was not only because Solo there, but because they do have that mid ward in the lane, so they were able to hit him on the high ground over and over again.
Again, Solo shows his face. Make sure that Matuma doesn't get too confident in that middle.
Yep.
Up top, Ramses. Just keep good control of the creep wave here. Underneath the tower, the pulls that Lil's making. In fact, Kuro going to be looked towards by Ramses, trying for a bit of a body block as well with the illusion and allowing him to do a lot of damage to Kuro. Not quite enough. Kuro's still alive. And with the boots, he'll be able to get himself away from Lil. Still yet to pick up his own pair of boots, the bench.
Those were very nice body blocks by Ramses there with his illusion. That is meta forced, so then they can actually step up to the lane a lot more and put more pressure every single time that does go down. And we'll be watching the bounty runes. Pretty important when you're playing with an IO to get those. Miracle. They get the combo onto Pasha. Not enough damage to bring him down though. Beastmaster, incredibly tanky. 5 armor, 820 HP.
Very, very beefy indeed. Pasha able to claim his bounty. Kuro, his own as well. Mid lane, 20 to 6 against the 15 for 3 with the backup of Solo. No one is starting to get that lead, and Matuma himself not really receiving too much help at all from his teammates. We'll see Kuro now head over on the Dazzle in case VP do start to get aggressive onto Matuma and at least give Matuma Man the confidence to get back in there and try and regain the lead.
Yeah, I think he's just happy too that Mind Control's already gotten a pretty good start in top. So now Kuro has a little bit more liberty to run around the map and make space for his teammates and mostly help Matu. And GH ports mid too. They're trying to guarantee that rune for the IO. Bottle his teammates up to full. Get the rune, maximum efficiency coming off for Liquid.
A bit of time that you leave for Miracle on his own down bottom, but level 5.
He's already got
three in the
treads.
tree. Yeah, he's very, very easily clearing out the waves and just putting a lot of pressure onto this Beastmaster lane.
Yep.
Shoving the lane right up to the tower mid lane. Bit of a go on to Matuma Man, no one is solo. Moving in, ping's coming out from Matuma. He's asking for help. I mean, it's coming in, but I think it's coming in a little too late. Yeah, Matuma's gone. Kuro unable to save him. Same time, GH will get the kill onto Lil. And Kuro himself has to be careful. No one. He's coming back for... Oh,
heal bomb. Oh my god.
Oh.
And GH with this haste.
He just melted. Yeah, GH, he's going to set up for both of these by the looks of it.
The fairy fire.
Oh.
He's getting Kuro a double kill. Can
Kuro
he get
wants it.
The ice armor.
It's too strong. Oh, Matuma Man will be in to seal the deal and make sure that they do get the kill onto no one.
Oh my goodness. The skill build coming out from the Viper is really why he's getting these kills here. The 3-0-2, that third point in the poison tag, dropping it to 2-second cooldown, so they have the chase over and over again.
4-4. No one, I say, really getting left behind in these lanes. There's just side lanes. Everyone's finding the farm.
Yeah. I think it's just maybe Matu a bit, because he's got those 2 deaths and...
Sure. Yeah, that...
But now he's up.
Coming back in and getting that kill, and now he's on the verge of maybe finding more. Looks towards Solo, he's going to get it. With the help of GH, they find another. He's looking towards no one. He's done a lot of damage with a heal bomb as well from Kuro. As you were just about to say, Fog, but Matuma Man, he's straight back in, and he's getting extra kills off the back of it. They're now turning around, crushing this mid lane with Liquid turning up in higher numbers.
Yeah, he got on top of the Lich, and even though Ice Armor's there, the beauty thing about Razor is unstable current. You purge off that armor, get easy chase downs. I died for a moment. I'm okay now.
That's right.
Miracle getting as much damage bottom tower as he can with the toss as well as the tree grab. No gold for you, he says to Pasha.
The build from Miracle this game as he queues up the Shadow Blade. So again, that sort of variation we see in the tiny players, whether they want to do the sort of the S and Y AC right click, or if they do want to get active on the map. The Shadow Blade only seems to indicate that.
It's a Miracle. You know, Miracle likes different variety and
he likes to have
stuff.
a bit of fun.
We've mostly seen like the S and Y into maybe the Shadow Blade, but this time it looks like he just wants to rush it.
I mean, that combo early on, the amount of magical burst he can have, can be nice against the Terror Blade if he can catch Ramses off guard.
Yeah, and if he goes Silver Edge, he can break the Corrosive off the Viper and go for the burst, stuff like that. We'll see what he is going to prioritize, but that is what he has set up for now. Pasha has resorted to the jungle a bit for the moment in the downtime. And we look at the warding situation coming out from Liquid. Liquid has a lot of aggressive wards coming up, being able to watch the rotations coming out, while VP only really has that one place on the high ground watching Mind Control.
Dire's top tower needs some
Solo will be able to deny GH the Arcane Rune. Claims it for himself. Cool. Another quick stack to clean up. Top of the CS, 8 minutes in. And I'll just give her that spot anytime soon. Sure, the farm's still very good for Ramses. And Mind Control as well, though. Finding a lot from this lane. Level 6 on the puck. And 35 CS as well. He's not too lacking at the gold. Bro's also around there. Looks towards Ramses. I mean, it's very hard for these two to really do it. Even with the perfect burst, it's going to be very close. Lil's there as well. And in fact, the magic missile. I think Mind Control already using the phase shift. Doesn't matter though, they don't have the chase down.
VP smoked under the ward. They have Roar available. Will they be able to find what looks like wants to be Matu so they can go for a tower push afterwards? But they know this.
Yeah,
GH drew the line saying like this is where they're going.
Very aware. They may even try and bait out a play and look to react with TPs.
Kuro's setting up for it. He's trying to get behind him here.
Dire's bottom tower is
that
about
ward
to flounder.
can definitely end up sort of transitioning into this period of time where time's being wasted essentially for VP's lineup. Liquid, they've got the info, and they're not going to give up to this sort of movement. I'll see Pasha try and lead in. But as we say, Liquid, they knew that it was coming. They've got the backup. Heal is there. Grave as well. Buying some time. Matumi may still tick down. He's got the Hellbear Smasher on him as well. Can they keep him alive? They can. Yeah, the IO's too strong. We'll be able to save him with the regen.
Having these early wards down, they might actually get more here. Solo's looking in some trouble here if they can close the gap.
Got a magic missile from Lil to hold back Matuma, man.
Can't close the gap. But yeah, just when you get these type of like early wards down, you get able to see these rotations. Miracle's able to take down this bottom tower as well. So much time kind of spent by VP that Liquid just absolutely reads the movement on the map. Lil does deny a DD rune at least from GH, but GH has bounties aplenty.
Yeah, smart play there from Liquid. All about the vision, and VP, see how aware they are of that area. I'm sure after a reaction like that and with the instant place of the dazzle, they'll know that Liquid knew that was coming.
Yeah, Mind Control's gonna have a very early blink dagger on this puck. The offlane puck treads bottle 1300 already. That's gonna make it very easy for them to set up those relocate ganks if they would like to.
Well, Matuma Man will go down as no one comes in, and the poison damage is enough with the Viper Strike, despite losing 224 to the static link. Matuma Man tried to man up in a fight where he just couldn't outdo the poison coming out from Viper.
Yeah, because the poison attack does percent that missing health damage. Oh, relocate.
And they've got him. Avalanche connects. GH is there with the blocks, and Miracle will claim the kill.
And look at this, he TP's back to base too. He still has the relocate going off, so he's gonna fill up his bottle, go back bottom, and he's full health. That is really very neat play.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing that more. That is, yeah.
That was
very
really well played.
Utilizing the relocate for, a kill and a refuel.
Yeah. And now out of that, Mind Control gets top tower, and that's the blink done if he wants to go for it here.
And very smart stuff there from GH. Maximum efficiency.
That is straight up efficiency. I'm pretty sure he bought an item, so I think he finished like the urn when he went back as well, so. Cool. I'm down.
What a miracle. Shadow Blade reveal. Here we go, straight in onto Pasha. Pasha's gone. That's the power of the Shadow Blade. They'll know it's out in the game now, VP. But these movements from Miracle and GH, you've got to be scared if you're VP at this stage.
Yeah.
Even their cores, if they find them, the combo is going to be very close to bringing them down. 12 minutes now. 9-6. 4K lead. Pretty significant for 12 minutes into this game.
Especially when the opposing team has Lich on their lineup. And oh god, here it goes again.
Miracle, yes, spotted out. They jump forward. Mind Control gets the two-man silence into the rift. They will get the roar out in time, so Mind Control's life is lost in return. They've only lost Solo on the side of VP, and they're making sure they can try and make Liquid pay for more. GH, oh, the swap is there. Nearly gets out thanks to the Grave TP, but a quick swap from Lil cancels the channeling, holds him in, and VP will make Liquid pay for that. We've seen that happen a few times from teams trying to go for these aggressive plays around the side of the tier 1. It's very risky to do. Does not pay off for Liquid. They lose both of their heroes, and now a bit of pressure coming in on the mid lane. Miracle still hanging around with this Shadow Blade. We'll see if he finds an opportunity to go, and they should be able to hold. Well, yeah, they're going to have a chance of holding this tower. Yeah, but the TP's coming in, VP back up.
Holding your mid tier 1 is the most important tower. They heavily emphasize on defending that one. VP had to bring everybody there to defend themselves too, but they do gain quite a decent chunk coming out of that one. That swing, about a 1k gold advantage swing, and they have actually claimed the experience lead again. It's very, very close though, especially
going for the drums, of course. Pasha continuing to head back into the jungle. Keep his pace up. And Ramses, he's still looking good. Not
still very farmed.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind Miracle, but with the Dragon Lance done, he's beefing up. Certainly the combo, even if they do catch him, there's a high chance that he will get a chance to Sunder. As long as that silence isn't there from Mind Control.
Yeah. Liquid has a high priority here in order to watch the Ancient farm. They have not only blocked the left Ancients, but they've had wards consistently watching that right side.
Miracle as well, right on the tip, getting the Avalanche onto Lil and no one are able to turn. They look towards GH, Mind Control jumps in, gets the two-man silence, and the Drew combo again. Pasha, we saw that happen last time when he jumped in, the immediate roar, holding Mind Control in place. Matuma Man's trying to lead in with the static link, but there's too much damage. Ramses has turned up with the reaction, And it feels like a bit of a replay. Liquid once again desperate to try and make some sort of a play behind the tier 1 tower. And it all goes to pot. The ping was there for Kuro. He's like, God, we just got to get rid of this tower. They can't keep making those sort of attempts.
Yeah, it's this time they were trying to take advantage because Metamorphosis was on cooldown, but VP's still very strong with that.
Yeah.
Viper is incredibly tanky, so is the other supports. And with the Beastmaster roll with the book, more than enough to deal with Liquid's aggression. Matu's starting to get further and further behind on this Razor. He's now fallen behind Pasha's Beastmaster.
Yeah. This is Liquid sort of letting slip away that lead that they had.
Yeah.
Can't do that sort of attempt against VP. VP will always be there to punish it in full force with the way that these guys play.
Especially under a tower like that.
Yeah.
They just constantly just TP in, and then they have the number advantage. And they don't really have like these actually find a pick off on Pasha with that ward again, watching the Ancients, as they've been doing quite a lot. They don't really have that incredibly tanky front line.
This Lil from the shadows gets the instant stun onto Mind Control. Not a chance to react to that. Lil popping out on the invis. Getting themselves Mind Control. Mind Control having a bit of a tricky time with the Suns this game. 4 times he's gone down, 3 of the times recently. The catches that we found. Average distance traveled. Okay. Cinderin at the top. There we have it. He made it to the major in a stat.
Oh.
GH?
He just... Did they break the tether or something? Something happened there.
I guess Miracle noped out of it. He said, don't take me over there. But, Liquid making
That's a big mistake.
a few slip-ups here.
Yep.
As Ramses, he's getting the space to keep up. Miracle still farming like an absolute beast with the cleave and the tree. Ramsey's doing his best to catch up. Just keep on track.
He's doing, yeah, he's keeping up really well, and they're pressuring towers nice and early. Now bottom, they're going to transition this one into a push. No meta for this one here, but should be able to bring it down if the rest of his team joins him, and Liquid will mirror motion and go top.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Liquid has to stay together mostly though with this Razor especially, because he's, like I was mentioning, he's kind of falling behind. He's okay. He's 5,400, not in the best place, not exactly where he wants to be when Viper's quite a bit ahead of him.
We're playing this tier 2. VP get the tier 1 in trade down bottom. Can certainly look to push on for more. Ramses still 55 seconds without the Metamorphosis, so maybe that they'll back up. And in fact, Liquid, they're knocking on the tier 3s.
Yeah, look at that. Force the TP's back. Push out lanes, get that farm efficiency. And now they can get a little bit of probably some aggressive wards down up here too.
Yeah, I guess a bit of space from the Timberman as well, just that sort of movement, as you say, forcing back the opponents all the way over to their side of the map. Ramses and Lil hanging around mid. Lil hiding in the trees beside Ramses, just in case he gets gone on.
Look at that again though, Kuro warding so they can see the Ancients again. So really focusing on that so they can watch whenever Ramses is trying to farm those. They're positioned here on the high ground. It was pinged by VP
They
though.
want to try and, I mean, we've seen this not go great for them the last few times.
Smoke comes out, they saw it. Miracle was looking right at them there. See the GH IO there in the river.
Not necessarily the kill that they want. Maybe the one they just have to take.
They could get a pretty big kill here into a Roche if they can find it, but no. Tether away.
And taking Roche, of course, very scary. When Liquid had the full lineup online with that Dream Coil potential.
Yeah.
We've seen it many times before. The Aegis steals and plays that a puck can play.
VP just needs like one pick off and then they can actually transition to a Roche really quickly with the Vengeful plus the Beastmaster with book 2 already.
Solo, he's been found out. Miracle's in with the combo. Can VP punish this? They've lost their Lich. They really want to try and get Miracle in return. Pasha leading forward, but indeed the save's going to be there every day of the week from GH. He's in immediately, takes Miracle out of there. He may pay with his life. They do surround him. I don't know if there's any way he can tether himself out of this.
They look like they might want to fight this.
I guess, yeah. They brought Miracle back in. They do want to. Magic Missile comes out to GH, but a quick toss and an avalanche, bringing Lil down low. They'll surround him with Mind Control, take down the Venge, and indeed Liquid more than happy to come in. Matumbaman, he's coming from a bit of an awkward angle, though. The other side of VP, and VP will just turn their attention towards the Razor.
Liquid is trying to go for a full surround there, but yeah, Matu not going the right way. runs into all of their heroes, and now GH as well gets picked up by those axes, and now looking for Kuro.
Kuro's falling low. He'll go for the Grave TP, and they've got nowhere to stop that. So he will be able to get back to safety. But definitely, as you say, you know, Matuma Man, I think the plan was certainly there to get that sort of wraparound, but he's just not at a point on this Razor where he can sort of head in on his own like that from a different angle. He's just not got the farm at this stage.
He gets dropped so fast once the Terrorblade starts focus firing him with the Metamorphosis. He's just trying to build tanky. He's like, I'm not the damage dealer as this Razor. My job is really just to steal damage and tank up for my Tiny to really do everything.
Yeah, enabling Miracle this game, and the whole team's been doing that fantastically. And Miracle yet to die, 5-0-2, Shadowblade at SMY, and looking towards Assault Cuirass next.
Yeah, needs that bonus armor versus the Venge and Terrorblade. Kuroki already has Medallion finished up, plus they have Weave, but they're looking to go for this Roche here.
Okay.
They know meta's down.
Yeah, this is the timing that they've certainly been working around for the majority of this game. VP are going to smoke up and head towards the pit. They've got ways to sort of break them out of there with the Chain Frost, but other than that, the team fight's not amazing for VP. Comparison to Liquid, they'll lead in, they've got the Raw onto Mind Control, can they take command time? GH there with the Temple with the heals, keeping Mind Control alive, allowing him to phase shift. Indeed, VP, they focus the bigger kill instead. They get Miracle, they'll look towards Kuro. Kuro's down, he does get the Grave off in time onto Matuma Man, but there's no escape for this Razor. A third one down on Liquid, and maybe even more. GH is being hunted by Ramses. Ramses has the Sunder to get him back up. Quick phase shift from Mind Control. GH and Mind Control going their separate ways, and they will escape. But this means VP have more than enough space to head into the pit themselves. They'll claim the Aegis onto Ramses, and it really feels like the last 5 minutes or so has just been VP getting control of this game, and Liquid sort of just feeling a little bit lost with the objectives. They try for those plays mid, they go for Roche when everyone's up on VP, and VP are able to heavily punish them.
Yeah, they have Beastmaster on VP too, so they just throw a couple minions into the pit. They're able to see them there, and then fighting into Chain Frost in the pit at this certainly time is incredibly difficult, even if they don't have meta.
And now certainly Bam. You've got the Terrorblade at the top. He's level with Miracle. Ramses is up there. With that Aegis, he's very hard to bring down. I mean, we've already seen that. I don't know how they kill Ramses at this stage. He's very, very scary on the Terrorblade for the lineup that Liquid have. Even if Miracle manages to find the combo straight up, it's unlikely to be enough damage to bring that man down. Yeah,
and he's probably going to have a BKB in the next situation that does happen. If he chooses to go for one, maybe Scotty instead, just to go for that tankiness. Those are probably the two best items that he can go at this point. BKB or Scotty, and just have that high HP pool so they can't burst him down. Now Halberd finished up on Viper too. Very good item versus Miracle's Tiny, even though the status resistance will reduce that by quite a bit. It will make him have to halt for a moment. But yeah, Matu still struggling. Again, now has dropped behind the Beastmaster net worth on the Razor.
Doing everything he can to catch up, looking to build that Shiva's Guard.
It's very rare to see Matu having like 100 last hits at 22 minutes, no matter what hero he plays, because he's usually pretty farm intense. But he's been trying to get more involved. That's that's a playstyle as a Razor.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very hard to catch back up if you get left behind, and it falls into sort of this farm game.
Yeah.
And Razor's never going to have an easy time. Mind Control though, he's doing very well financially. He's pretty much got the Aghanim Scepter complete on this part. He's looking very rich for himself. Still 1.5k ahead of the enemy offlaner, ahead of Pasha.
Yeah, wow.
And that's a Beastmaster. And Pasha, he's been farming quick.
I mean,
but Mind Control's just been farming even quicker.
He's the offlane comparison to the Razor, who's mid, and he's got a solid 1,500 net worth over him.
Yeah.
He's already got the Aghanims finished up, which is going to be quite nice.
Miracle finds an opening, and they just managed to catch out Ramses when he's low. So that's the Aegis pop. Quick and easy dispatch of the Aegis there. Question is if Liquid can really do anything with the knowledge that the Aegis is down. Metamorphosis is of course available for Ramses, so any sort of fight that Liquid take has to be very carefully calculated. As a quick turnaround with the illusions make it very hard indeed. One out to Miracle, but Miracle with the Shadowblade back in off. Pasha jumps in, and he finds GH on the back lines. Don't look to be able to control Miracle as well, but good awareness from Pasha. Anytime he sees a core out like that, you got to blink behind them. There's either going to be GH or Kuro sitting in the tree lines.
Yeah, The double defensive support's big indicator of that for sure. So Lil is choosing to go for the Spirit Vessel, of course, this game on the bench to counteract the IO and the Dazzle, the heals. It's gonna be very, very significant this game. So Ags is finished up on Puck, but VP looking really strong in this one. Now they're gonna barrel to mid. Metamorphosis committed. They're going for this tier 2. Should be able to get brought down quite easily. Lil on the high ground. They have the Hawk watching to try to get a swap, and they're going for high ground. This is a DD Tower Blade.
Yeah, this is looking scary for Liquid. I mean, with this lineup, sure, there's only a 1k lead for VP, but if you're Liquid with these heroes, you do not want to be in this position. 24 minutes in, having your high ground threatened by a lineup with this position 1 Terrorblade. Miracle's going to look to lead him, but the sentry's down. They've got vision on him. They turn with the magic missile. They've got the break it as well. He's just melting. His disarm. The Grave comes out just in time for Kuro. Buying some time for Miracle. The Chain Frost is bouncing around. GH is there with the save. Gets Miracle back to base, and they have killed Ramses.
Wow.
They'll put a stop to the push. Jump forward from Mind Control. He's still looking to play around with more of them. He's looking at solo, and he may just get this one. The Ice Armor is going to slow him down. He'll have all back up in a couple of seconds, as well as the Waning Rift. It should be close to enough nuke damage to finish him off, and indeed it is. Mind Control chases down, gets another, and Liquid, they do manage to hold them. They'll lose the tier 3 tower, but they get the kill on Ramses.
That's some very nice teamwork coming out from Liquid. The Grave into the relocate out afterwards from GH. Also, I believe the thing that killed Ramses was actually getting tossed out of the Dream Coil, so the Dream Coil break damage is what just did him in at the end. But just that burst damage and keeping Miracle alive, that was pretty ridiculous. And now they're going the other way. Not as easy as them for them to try to take out that tier 3. They don't have a DD rune on that Tiny or anything like that. And VP has respawned.
A very impressive hold from Liquid.
Yeah. They expended their glyph, but yeah, they lost their tier 3. Raxes were defending.
How are we looking on the AC for...
He's got it finished.
Okay, it's done. BKB next up in the shopping list. Scardy is going to be the item for Ramses that he looks to go for.
Yeah, the Roar is definitely a bit of a problem. When he walks in, gets roared, stunned up. Even though the stuns don't last a crazy amount of time, it gives him enough time to just start that focus fire with the Viper as well as the Terrorblade. And having the BKB too, won't get halberded, so he can continue that damage in the fights right away.
Radiant's bottom tower faces
Matu has Shiva's finished up now, so he is substantially tankier. This game he's probably going to go for the armor as well on the Razor as the level 20 talent.
I mean, Liquid themselves, as you say, you know, despite winning the fight,
They're looking for
it's hard to break the base, but yeah, they're looking for action. They're looking for kills. Seeing if they can catch VP outside of the base. VP at the moment playing very, very close to home. All 5 heroes barely outside the base.
Matu just attacked him. His passive actually hit the Hawk first, and then he started attacking it, so that passive coming into play a lot of times when you are smoked. I've seen it several times.
Oh, that's a bit of an issue.
Just pops.
Yeah. That's sort of similar to what the old Acton Mirana that used to be the problem.
Yeah.
And then they did change that. I wonder if they'll change.
They might make some little slight change on that. And I've seen it happen. I think I saw it happen at Perfect World a couple times too, but that time, I don't know if VP noticed right away that it hit the Hawk, but then Matu attacked it afterwards.
No, it seems a bit, definitely an unfortunate mechanic of the spell.
Yeah. And the Hawk is so tanky now that it actually lives that.
I'm talking about the Beastmaster Patchet, just about to hit onto his level 18. And, well, Matuma Man's overtaken him again in farm on the Razor, catching back up. Still definitely feeling like a very close game. 28 minutes in, 16 to 19. We know the VP do have this insane push, but as Liquid have shown us, they have a very good hold. Having these 2 defensive supports making the sort of the perfect setup for their cause to go in aggressively on the defense.
There's a DD rune top.
Oh.
Miracle has grabbed it. They're looking for somebody here.
There was also a mech complete on GH.
Okay.
So extra save potential.
Yep, the double heals as well as the armor. Definitely play a good part into these next upcoming fights. Pasha popped the book, and he's scouting around for wards. He did find one, and now Liquid's playing completely blind. No wards on the map at the moment.
We'll see where Liquid can head. Miracle heading with the Shadow Blade. VP, I mean, they're bringing in the Illusion Army here up top.
Oh, there is one ward, okay, left up there, but it's getting dewarded now. And it's taken out. Now they have no vision on the map, and VP was watching Liquid during that. Get all backed up.
One more tier 2 for VP to take on that top lane. Got their eyes on it.
You can see that Liquid's feeling the heat, though. Look at this ward Kuroki places right in front of their tier 2. He's just like, okay, watch out. They might try to take a fight right here.
And Ramsey's very close to completing the Skadi on Terrorblade.
If they get to take a fight here, this could be okay for Liquid. No one is very far away from the fight on the Viper. He's all the way on the right side of the map.
It's all about finding that jump. Mind Control's got to find the right option to initiate. And you talk about no one being far away, he's also finding all the space to farm. This is a very farm Viper. Yeah, he is keeping on the same level as both Miracle and Ramses, which is something that you don't see all the time on a Viper. He's incredibly stacked for a hero that doesn't normally strike you as the best at AFK farming. I guess with the Nether Toxin and such, the new Viper, it's not that bad.
Yeah, the Nether Toxin as well as, I mean, he's 8-3 and 7.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He does have 200 last hits at the 30-minute mark, which is quite good for a Viper. So Ramses is deciding to go for the Skadi next.
Yeah.
So that was his choice, just getting that tank ability.
And but yeah, I believe the AC is pretty much done for no one.
Yep.
He's a few hundred more gold and have enough for the Hyper Stone and the Plate Mail. And yeah, he'll actually just sell the wand, get himself towards that money. Rest of it being on the courier. So there we have it. 30 minutes in, they've got that AC. VP with those extra components, certainly ready to go for the push. Of course, there is the AC. As we mentioned on Miracle, Miracle himself 1,000 gold away from having BKB on top of that. VP's push definitely looking to be the stronger one now. We'll see if they're able to abuse that.
Okay, so Matu has now queued up an Ags, so he is probably going to take the Eye of the Storm into roll at 20 then.
Okay, and then
that.
Okay, with the Ags Eye of the Storm, then certainly the push is it's almost even. You know, having that Razor push with the Tiny, both teams have the potential to shred towers if they take a team fight.
I think he's recognizing like he can't just be that tanky guy. He needs to have that extra bonus damage for his team. He can't just be Tiny versus a Viper and a Terrorblade. We see GH hits level 15, takes the spirits damage.
We know, yeah, but
we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, where anyone takes a scepter bonus.
Yeah.
It's as you said, well, the math sort of checks out in a sense that 90 spirits damage. That's a lot of damage.
It is. 190 times 5 is quite a lot.
We have VP smoked up. They know that Roche is up. This is the time that they have to take control of this area of the map. Aegis meaning so much for both of these teams in this game, as they are relying on having that sort of sustainability to benefit a big, large-scale push. Mind Control's going to look for the lead in, pops the orb through. They are going to head forward. Matuma Man looking to front the fight, jump off Mind Control, get 3 of them in the tree corner. They're snatching it. He grabs the Aegis, but they're falling low Liquid. They've lost the life of Mind Control. Ramses getting the kills here. Double kill for Ramses as Kuro's knocked out. Miracle as well is down. Liquid with only 2 alive, but now just 1. They can't get GH out of their Mind Control. The lone survivor, and they may have snatched the Aegis on the puck, but
look at the
it was such a painful loss for Liquid, losing everybody at least once there in that fight. And Ramses, any sort of fight around those close encounters, this Terrorblade is just going to turn with his Illusion army and just absolutely shred you at this stage.
Yeah, they didn't have the full BKB. The full BKB's on the courier from Miracle. That tiny BKB could have been pretty nice for him to be at least immune to a little bit of damage, but Ramses with the freshly picked up Eye of Skadi.
And it looked like the perfect jump in, getting that Dream Coil into the silence, the perfect timing. But immediately, these heroes just melt at this stage. Miracle just taking such a pummeling from his own illusion, of course, and Ramses' own physical damage. And now here's the push. They're onto mid.
Mind Control. Oh, I see this guy always snap. Oh, 4-man coil.
It is a 4-man coil. Where's the follow-up, though? That's the question. Matuma Man trying to get in there with the Eye of the Storm. Ramses just turns towards him, forces him back. Matuma Man cannot get stuck in on this one. Little's falling low. The creeps are after him. GH boosting up Matuma, trying to help him close the gap. Solo turns around. He's looking to slow them. He's trying to get the ult off, but he doesn't actually get an opportunity to do so. Solo goes down. Has he created the space for Lil to get away? It looks like he may have. Lil actually finds a haste rune. So with that haste, Lil will survive. Solo again, doing solo things, giving his life for his teammates. And he is out of there. So again, the base, it does get defended.
Yeah,
but it did cost the buyback of Matuma Man. Matuma Man did have to buy back for that hold.
Mind Control, okay, never mind. He didn't use the cheese. He gave the cheese to the IO. But yeah, Mind Control again. Just I always see this guy steal everything. Like somehow he steals like all 3 or double. He gets both there, but the big thing was, like, yeah, I mentioned Miracle not having BKB in the last fight. It was on the courier being delivered. They were just in a bit of a rush to try to go for it here. And VP looking to be in a pretty damn good spot here. No one. Level 20, gets the poison attack, affecting buildings. Pasha full solo crest with boots of travel, level 21 as well. And Ramsey's getting closer and closer to that butterfly.
Very few signs of seeing this Terrorblade slow down. 4, 1, and 10. Showing the once off the back of that push that VP trying to go for. Maybe a little underestimating the potential of Liquid with that hold, but VP definitely unlikely to make that mistake again. Timmerman still trying to chase back up. Still trying to get that Ags complete. Daedalus, next option for Miracle. He's got the Crystals out already.
Yeah, he just needs sheer damage.
Yeah, he has to cut through this Terrorblade army somehow.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous how much damage the Terrorblade with Venge Aura really does. Once he pops meta, that damage just becomes absolutely insane. Just waiting for Lil to hit that level 20 mark on the Venge so he gets that 15% Vengeance Aura.
Oh,
that's going to be really crazy in the fights if he does get that level 20.
Surely he does.
Yeah. And he's even going for the Aghanim, so even if he dies, he'll have the illusion giving the aura for his teammates.
Yeah, they cannot let VP get close to their base. Liquid. As the consequences will be absolutely disastrous for them. VP gearing up behind no one. I mean, Miracle, he's sort of interested, but he'll spot that out the back lines, and with that will not take any interest in trying to fight there. We'll catch Lil.
Oh, the stun's actually up the mark.
Yeah.
But might be enough to kill him. Oh, he's very tanky. Oh, God.
Lil, he's going to be alright for the time being. This IO is not. GH is gone. Miracle pops the BKB, but the physical is way too much. No one punches into him.
Throws the tree and gets Lil, but absolutely not worth it.
No, as soon as they saw, maybe a little greedy there, hanging around for the bounty win after they'd seen that VP had mass members there.
They thought they could burst this Venge, but Lil is sitting on 2300 HP on the support Venge because of his item build. Spirit Vessel and the point boosted with treads.
Miracle may have to buy back. VP are ready to push down mid. Ramsey's ready to go. Metamorphosis is out. They're onto the racks. Can Liquid hold? They're down 2 members. They've got the fortification, but VP, they're not going anywhere. They're going to clean up the mid lane with ease. They'll head straight down towards the bottom. There's the buyback from Miracle. VP will see how much they respect this. I mean, I feel that they can still stick around if they want to. Ramsey's wanting to get the most out of this Metamorphosis. The push just melting through these towers as the tier 3 should fall. Mind Control finds the jump in, does get the Dream Call onto 2. Chain Frost pop down onto Miracle, trying to force him back. Mind Control jumps up to the high ground, he's ticking low. In fact, he's down. Ramses gets the kill. Buyback there from Mind Control. They're trying to turn, but Matuma, he's getting very, very low. The Grave comes out just in time for Kuro to save him. Miracle heading forward, looking for Ramses. Ramses forces himself away. Pasha looking to block it off. Miracle continuing to chase with the Shadow Blade. They'll find Solo on the side. Miracle gets the Avalanche. Does he have the damage to bring down this Terrorblade? Though Ramses still has the Sunder available. Lil's there. Lil's going to be able to turn. They've got the swap, the stun onto Miracle. Miracle's down. It's a dieback on the Tiny. He's gone for 90 seconds. Mind Control, he's just trying to create space. He's trying to draw VP away from the base of Liquid. And he is going to do a good job of it. They're up to the high ground. He's got one more orb. I mean, he's stopping the push from VP for a little bit of time. He will finally go down. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. That's a long time to be without those 2 cores. 70 seconds, no Tiny. 90 seconds, no Puck.
And Ramses finds a DD.
Oh.
They might just make their way straight to bot.
Well, that's
mid in and go,
that then, yeah.
Go for that bot racks with these 2 dead.
Yeah, just struggling with these high ground defenses. I mean, it really feels like this Terrorblade pick was pretty genius from VP.
Definitely.
As we've seen it,
he's just going for tier 4s.
There's backdoor protection as well. He doesn't care. I mean, he's got the creeps coming in soon. But he is just going for it. He wants to end this game. He knows those 2 heroes do not have buyback. There's no fortification.
Yeah, they got it.
There's no way they stop this. This is going to be GG for sure. VP. The Terrorblade pick. There was no answer to it from Liquid's lineup. And slowly but surely, VP will secure the win. GG is called. VP take 1. Pick the play. What a game for Terrorblade. A walk in the park for Ramses, as it seems.
Yeah, he just popped meta, stood his ground in a lot of the fights, used this turret, just beating down everybody from Liquid. Probably the most significant one was in that Roche pit.
Yeah.
Where he just absolutely decimated all of Liquid's heroes. And I think Liquid maybe making that decision to go into that Roche in the first situation really harmed them in this game because they gave an...
Team Evil Geniuses on this.
Virtus.Pro's turn to ban.
Into the lineup featuring a Tiny and a Puck, which at least on paper should have really good burst damage potential to bring down the TB. But the TB was left so free early on in the game, got those items up in a hurry. Yeah. All of a sudden felt a lot more tanky.
TP was also very intimidating. I think Fog put it right when you add the Vengeance Aura in and then trigger Metamorphosis, the damage output is just ridiculously high. And you can't heal through that. Like GH was trying in some of those team fights. Like, he even popped a regeneration rune during the Roshan fight. And it's like he wasn't doing anything in the tether.
GH was 21-5 on his pro wisp going into that game. Only his 6th loss on the hero.
Shadow team picked up. Finally get to see the power that you've been talking up this whole time, Nahaz.
Yeah, I thought we might see that hero in the first game between these teams.
Oh, and they're taking the page out of Navi's book by grabbing the Shadow Shaman early on, which is an interesting hero to me because this hero has some huge flaws, some truck-sized flaws, in that it works very well one-on-one against the offlaner, but when you get aggroed like we saw earlier today, the EG series, this hero gets pressured a bit too quickly.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm just happy that he's in the meta, man. It's so good to see. It's bringing him back.
The what? Oh, Shaman?
Yeah.
Why? Are you a Shaman fan?
I'm a huge Shaman fan, man. That Aetherlynch shackle. Ooh.
Oh, like the 1500 distance.
It's hilarious.
How does that hit me?
That was disgusting.
Plus the Octarine core, the endless map size shackle. I love it.
I just find it amusing. Like, we had Lil pop over after his quarterfinal match, and like, you asked him the question out, like, straight out. It's like, do you like Night Stalker? It's like, well, if you don't get any kills in the first nighttime phase, then it's just pointless in a way to have the hero, and then VP willingly first phase it. So
yeah,
there has to be a lot of confidence to do it, like actually pick him up.
I love the fact that when 707 first, when the refresher shard first came out, the first thing that VP did, I think it was like the game after that in DreamLeague, they immediately picked up Rasta, got refresher shard and refresher orb on him, and dropped 3 sets of wards in the enemy base. That's VP Dota.
I'm interested to see how this Luna's going to work. Like, SD is normally that one you pair up with the Luna, but it's also really bad if SD's able to get a copy. Plus, SD able to actually create that extra illusion. Now, I'm concerned that VP are going to be the worst enemy.
Absolutely, that was a complete lack of respect. You don't pick a Luna against a Shadow Demon, he'll just completely destroy you with it. So
now you get a mind control Prophet.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, VP definitely got some stuff that they have to do here today. Luna does have some nice clear though for Prophet, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. The only pressure from VP is really nice.
He messes up the Night Stalker and Rasta's game though, potentially. Because you just run the Treants at Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman can't trade against the Treants. And more importantly, like, if you speed up the pace of the game, it's hard for Night Stalker to keep up when you just push in. Like, it doesn't really matter that you're a Night Stalker when the enemy team just 5-mans, because you're in a position where you can't really team fight.
Could this be the all-night draft coming out from VP? They got Night Stalker, which has darkness, good stuff. They got Luna, which has darkness, good stuff. Now they didn't like it. And that's it. That's the full darkness. Is
that? You can also take Spirit Breaker, because he has that charge of darkness. He becomes like a slightly worse Night Stalker.
Hey, liking Night Stalker was a thing for a while, because you get the extra regen from the nighttime howl.
I'm telling you, dude, this is the night draft right here.
I guess one thing we haven't talked about yet is the Earth Spirit, which we talk about Coddle, and we talk about Earthshaker, and we talk about Wisp as being GH heroes. Earth Spirit has definitely been added to his pool. He's 6-1 already on that hero in this patch.
That hero is conceptually just so absurd.
Yes.
If you think about it. Gap closer, has an escape, has a stun, has a silence. Pretty instant for all. AoE ulti that just keeps dealing damage. Like, everything about this hero's toolkit is excellent. Doesn't need items. Like, what do you really need on that hero? Everyone gets an urn and that's about it.
I mean, there's a reason that it's been nerfed like 11 times and it's still in the meta.
Oh my god. The darkness!
Yeah. Against the Night Stalker, it works the same way. The extended nighttime works in that hero's favor. The aggregate healing from Howl regen over the course of the game is actually pretty stunning.
They're still willing to pick it though against the Brew. This is pretty reminiscent of the game that we saw in the Secret one. In this game, they can't really aggro as much. They can do some kind of weird dual aggro. So I would imagine that Liquid has to be a little bit tricky about the laning setup, because there's no way that you want to put that Lycan in a 1-on-1 or even a 1-on-2 situation against the Brewmaster.
I'm wondering then if VP do switch lanes up, like Luna on the off lane is not uncommon. With the Shaman as well, like can VP actually switch their lanes around as well against Liquid?
Yeah, I think Luna's an okay aggroer because of her aura. Like, you're almost always going to trade somewhat efficiently. Like, the downside, though, of moving the Shaman around is this hero has really bad move speed, Toby. Like, this hero moves at a snail's pace.
Yeah, that's why Ice Roll gives you a TP scroll to switch.
If you think about aggroing as VP though, do you have to move the Night Stalker over in the core role?
No, I think that Liquid has to be the one to switch things around a little bit. Because VP can just as easily do really static lanes and do like Night Stalker moving around, Brewmaster goes off lane, they can go together. Yeah. And then Luna, Shadow Shaman at bottom pretty much handles any other combination. So I'm not sure if you allow SD Lycan be against that, because I feel like you get out-traded. But I'm not too certain here. Because in the last game, Secret had a really strong aggro. They had like Brew, AA, Sand King. And this is not that.
I'm wondering if Liquid can give help to the other lanes. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking like an older school combination with the SD, if we can bring back a Miracle Invoker to give the Sunstrike to work with the Prophet, so at least that way Team Liquid can change the balance of their lanes without having to always switch it up.
He's just so susceptible to getting roamed on in this matchup. And besides, the Prophet can always TP in to affect the balance of the lanes.
True, but I'm just thinking like, what's going to give Liquid like that big lane victory over everything else? We don't know what the mids are. That's the only question marks we currently have on both the rosters, on both the lineups.
Whoa, bro. Anybody on VP could run mid right now.
Puck and Queen of Pain still on the table for both sides.
I think
the no one Dragon Knight is insane, by the way. I think I mentioned that stat earlier. I think he's 45-17 in his career on the hero.
They're careful when they pick it though. That's why it's so popular, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure that it will be coming out this time.
I like it. I think along with the push potential offered by the Luna and the Shadow Shaman, and then you got your team fight taken care of with the Brewmaster, you got your Roam taken care of with the Night Stalker. TK's decent.
Sure.
Like, we'll continue the debate.
50 seconds left.
Who's our mid? Who's our mid?
You need something that you can just run at people.
Let's see here.
Who can run at people and then still deal with the control the Brewmaster provides?
I think you need
like
more
Veno or something.
Oh,
I'm sure. Go back to the Veno. Bring it back.
You want Miracle Veno?
Or just give him Lycan.
Ugh. I like Puck.
You like Puck?
Yep. Against the Brew?
I like Puck too. But I'm sticking with my guns.
You do it, buddy.
Whatever happened to Shadow Fiend, huh? There was a middle, gentlemen.
Dude, SF is so sick right now too. You talk about in the previous patches, you get hit by 3 level 1 raises that used to do 300 and now does 510. Like
they banned the Viper.
It's insane.
Viper. Well,
I know the hero. Take Sniper.
Sniper? You've been talking Sniper up this whole time. I haven't really seen
Sniper.
it.
You know what? That's not bad.
It is.
That's no. If
the Brew's gonna control him so
if
hard.
you're no for Virtus.Pro.
It's a tinker.
I'm saying Sniper for Virtus.Pro. I mean, okay, fine. The Lycan will run at him, but
Virtus.Pro takes Storm.
Spirit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a sick call.
Yeah, you need something to catch the Tinker in the Prophet when he does his split push.
You have 1 stun. Give me my boy. Just do it up 1 time.
Storm, Puck. They're probably going to be the easiest ones.
Let's go.
for.
Easy call.
Does Storm win that lane?
Against Tinker? Are you high?
Okay. But I mean, like, okay, I should have asked, does Storm not catastrophically lose that lane?
I think I just played that matchup actually a day ago in EU pubs, and it was okay. Like,
you win mid game, right? Like you hit the 15.
Yeah,
20,
it's
and
like once you get like your first 2 items, like.
Because I think Sniper can win that lane.
Sniper versus Tinker? It sucks though. Anyways, Toblerone.
Yeah, I love how I get to be the early pressure every single time. I'm actually backing VP. I'm backing VP on this draft. I think they've got what it takes.
Never give up on my boy in blue.
Wow.
Virtus.Pro, easy win.
Wow. I'm going to go for Liquid, absolutely. Goodbye. Your draft is terrible. What are you guys talking about?
I can't believe I'm contemplating going with Slacks.
It's a free storm game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. You're not worried about the laning stage.
It's a free storm game.
All right.
Just take my
VP.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's
all
fine.
right. You got it. I'm going with it. All right. We're gonna see here defending TI champions at risk of losing their first series here at our major 2-0. Can Liquid stay alive? One more time over our casters, Odie, Pixel, and Fog.
Thank you very much, Nahas. And here we have it, game 2, ready to go. VP versus Liquid. Very confident on this final pick, Storm. I mean, do you agree? This is a great game for a Storm Spirit?
There's only one disable. Well, there's the 2 sets of disables from the Earth Spirit. However, it's versus a Tinker, and that's pretty much the dream when you're playing Storm. So, he's going to be able to find him a decent amount of times if he comes out of the laning phase at a good start. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up happening, but yeah, VP has a pretty solid draft coming out. However, Liquid does have one of their staples. They have, of course, Matu playing the Lycan.
Yes.
And he does not lose it on this hero too often.
No, the win rate's got to be pretty damn scary.
However,
Lycan.
They also don't lose with GH's IO too often, and they did just lose with that one. So let's see how they're going to be able to do it. I like that they at least stick with their guns and they go for the Tinker anyway this game, so they can at least, you know, use the Wolves to use the Boots of Travel and everything, because the big thing that makes Matu's Lycan so good is his body blocking with the Wolves and the scouting that he does with those Wolves.
Wow, we're talking about other heroes and players that just don't lose. Apparently Mind Control, Nature's Prophet, it is #1 in this patch on the Nature's Prophet.
He was a beast on it at TI, has continued to do so as well.
As always, let's do a quick rundown of the teams before we get Solo playing the support Shadow Shaman on VP. We've got Ramses playing the position 1 Luna. Lil roaming around the map on Night Stalker. No one on that Storm Spirit. Pasha, the offlane Brew over on Liquid. Kuro, support Shadow Demon. Matuma Man, signature Lycan. Roaming around. GH making the plays this game on the Earth Spirit. Miracle Tinker, and last but not least, Mind Control, Nature's Prophet down on the bottom lane.
So Liquid's going to have to, it's going to be really up to GH to be that lockdown for the Storm in the mid-game until the itemization comes out for them to actually have things to deal with that Storm, be the Orchid on the Nature's Prophet or a Hex way later on down the roads for the Tinker. And we'll see how it plays out. Howl, going to be pretty nice for Liquid in this laning phase, used instantly to make sure that they can get a good start on the first few hits, on the first wave, that is.
And this mid lane just so important. Of course, as talked about in the panel, the strength that the Storm has gets the Tinker very, very high. GH trying to make a bit of a play. Rolls in onto Lip. Be anything more than that. Both No One and Miracle on heroes that they can sort of back away from the lane after they've got a few levels.
Yeah, Miracle's actually only got that one last hit so far, while Storm has 4 because of the Remnant spam. Teamwork coming out in the mid lane, both them last hitting together in unison.
On the range creep.
Yeah.
They know the numbers, they know exactly how they want the health of those creeps under the tower.
So the bottom lane, it'll be like the pretty much the best win for Liquid, because Nature's Prophet can actually bully these guys quite easily with the Treants.
Mind Control, Nature's Prophet should have quite a good time indeed. GH,
yeah.
Eyes onto Solo. Level 2 on this Shadow Shaman, level 1 on GH. I mean, GH could be... Okay, he's going to be fine. Okay, no, Solo is going to try and man up with the shackles. It was a little aware of Mind Control bit around. Oh, the nuke damage is there. Nearly enough for the beam and the shock, but not quite. GH will be fine. Sal's back up.
Playing on the edge there.
Yeah, it was close.
One more hit. GH would have been dead.
See how much Pash is able to disrupt the CSing of Matuma Man's Lycan up top. 5 for 5 on the Lycan, 4 for 3 on the Brew. Even at the moment. Quick banish there from Kuro. Will secure the bounty room for himself. Grabs it. TP's out. Knows the Brew's already used the Void. Don't have any way to cancel that one. GH still roaming around. Still level 1, mind you. Mid lane.
Yeah, he doesn't really have great setups to get kills on the lanes. The only one he can really do is in the mid lane, but there's always been help there. And look, Solo comes in mid. They're going to look to grab up Miracle.
Get the shackles. They've got the wraparound from Lil as well. GH will roll forward, trying to put a bit of a slow onto this attempt, but the Void's there with the slow onto Miracle. The uphill miss, buying time for Miracle. In fact, that's going to save him.
The Howl coming in with that uphill miss on top too, that definitely saved Miracle there.
Living by the skin of his teeth. He does not have a salve, so he is going to have to play the slow regen game with the Tangos if he wants to stick around.
Yeah. That's painful though. 8-2 on the Tinker to the 14-2 of the Storm. And top Matu trying his best to last hit, but he is suffering because there's Drunken Haze. 25 mana, 70% miss chests. He's got 8 denies at least, but yeah, Pasha's having a great start up here too.
I'm a little surprised he's not getting beat more than this. I feel like he's doing all right with that pressure that the Brew applies.
He did it. He was getting zoned by the Shadow Demon at the start.
Sure.
So
yeah, the backup of Kuro certainly helping.
Bottom, Mike Troll. Ramsey's just trying to save the beam for as long as possible.
And they've got him. GH rolls in, but now GH, he's in on his own. Solo and Ramsey's just turned towards him, beating him down. He's got a Boulder Smash. It isn't going to catch onto Ramsey's though, and with that in mind, Ramsey, he should be able to find this with Solo. GH trying his best to duke it out. The blast from Solo's there to secure the kill. 2 kills for VP safe lane.
Yep. Shadow Shaman with the Mike Trunchi ports in bottom with phase boots and Hal. He's trying to go for solo, but nope, unable to find him. The damage coming out from Shadow Shaman with Luna Aura. He has 96 base damage with that.
That's pretty
Luna
scary.
Blessing. That is pretty terrifying.
This sustains, good remains.
Pulls it, the Kuro's making. Up top. He's certainly securing sort of this better lane.
Yeah. You know,
for the like, and in a matchup, as we say, that it can be very, very favourable for the Brew. But Matuma Man, I feel he's dealing well with it.
It's Matu like him, right? He knows what he's doing. But
lane.
yeah, even though they get that kill on bottom, you still see what's happening with the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, that back there, G8 from Invis.
Nice play.
Yeah, walks in, kicks Lil under the tower.
That Invis rune, the Dream at 4 minutes. But yeah, you see Luna's last hits are still getting pressured quite heavily because of the Mind Control Nature's Prophet. They're trying to actually dive more for the Storm Spirit here. Mind Control, TP's in, position with phase boots.
It's quite greedy. He's at level 5, does have a fair bit of punch. They'll look towards him. They want to try and punish no one as much as they can before he gets 6. But GH rolling in, they've got a very good chance of doing it. The body blocks are there from the Treants. Liquid, they claim 1. Won't be able to get Lil, but they get the kill that they came for. Just making sure that no one gets punished. He did get a very good start in the Storm. Yep. Was doing really nicely so far, but these sort of rotations, now that the Prophet has this strength to do so, could keep no one behind just long enough to get Miracle back on top in that matchup.
VP's trying to get go for like a tower kind of push bottom. They actually find Mind Control here. They've got the grab from Solo.
Oh, the
Sprout.
Sprout.
Good enough. There's another beam.
They're going to need a couple more right clicks to bring this man down. One's not going to be enough.
Shines up.
And he should be... Wow, no, they're still diving him. He's actually moved away. Another Sprout to create the distance, and that'll get him out of there.
Nice.
Pushing himself deep beneath the trees. And there's no vision for the lockdown.
Yep.
Mind Control Nature's Prophet, I mean, that's one of the reasons. And this guy knows what he's doing on that hero.
Porting mid again. He wants to help out Miracle with the Howl on top. Will he be able to find no one? He does not. A little bit of waste of time coming up to Mind Control here, but really just trying to help out Miracle in the start.
Matuma Man looking very good on that top lane now. 28 for 13. He's second highest in the CS.
Got the book queued up already.
That was a pressure onto this tower. About to hit level 6 Matuma Man. What kind of reaction comes out from VPGH on the high ground? He gets silenced by Lil. Turn towards him. They should be able to bring down the Earth Spirit, and they will. GH is down. Matuma Man pops the ult. He's looking to fight back, trying to chase down Lil. Let's see if he has the damage. He's looking for the body blocks, and so far so good. Get them back around. This sort of control from Matuma Man. Being what we know him for on the Lycan. He'll look for the denies to the creeps, but it isn't going to happen. Kuro claims the kill as he pops the poison. I'm sure that deny wasn't going to be there. 3 for 3. Very, very even at the moment. 7 minutes in. Just as we like to see between these two teams. No one is now level 6, so the mid lane it's going to be that little bit harder for Liquid to make the ganks happen.
I mean, he's been doing, he's top of the net worth anyway, even though he does have that 1 death. He had such a great start. The supports on the side of VP though are suffering. You see them on the bottom of the net worth chart. Lil unable to really find too many situations as this Night Stalker now. Does spot GH, but they don't have enough backup there for this. Looks like Lil's building into a Soul Ring on Night Stalker. That's kind of cool. How good Soul Ring is now on Strength Heroes. Does make sense. He's been using it on a lot of them. I'm building on Undying earlier as well. So Liquid warding incredibly defensive this time around. They really want to just secure their lanes off the start.
Solo trying to get the wraparound onto Mind Control. Mind Control speedy, and Mind Control's got friends in the neighborhood. GH comes forward with the boulder smash onto Ramses. The body block's there from the treants, holding Ramses in place. Ramses is down. Solo goes for the TP out. He will make it.
Too many trees. Absolutely.
Pasha.
Rotations.
Off in the ult here. He's got enough damage. Okay, with the setup for this, they will do. No one closes the gap. So they will do. It's going to be close. They do get the kill.
Oh,
GH, he continues the TP in. And with another stun from that Primal Split, Pasha getting a lot done with that first use of the ultimate. They have the Void to cancel the roll away for GH, and a setups there for the double kill on No One. Miracle's TPing in. Can they get No One out of this one? Miracle's looking for the vision to get the connection with the combo. He'll look towards Pasha instead. Pasha still alive. The machines are coming through. Pasha, can he get himself out with his TP? Oh no, the robots will do it. The March of the Machines does catch him just on the edge of the area of it, but No One gets out of there, and getting a double kill for the Storm this early on, huge for VP.
They left him the last hit too. They could have taken it. Pasha had clapped that whole time, but they're like, they want to give him gold for those when he makes those kind of heavy committed rotations. He burned his whole mana pool. They really have to make sure he gets the most out of it. And it looks like he's building into a Yule Scepter very early on with Storm Spirit to deal with the silence coming out from the Earth Spirit, and probably an Orchid that will come out early on Nature's Prophet too. A little bit of a different kind of build coming out for No One.
Ramses actually gets the Eclipse off in time. GH rolls in straight away. The ultimate will take down the Earth Spirit. They've got the chase down from Matumba. They're looking for a kill in return. There's no shrine, unfortunately, for Ramses. So Ramses will slowly but surely be chased down by Matumba Man. Liquid get the trade. They also manage to claim Solo. So definitely worth there for Liquid. They get the big kill. They get that Luna. And also, of course, get the Eclipse out of him. I'm sure he gets a kill out of it, but it is just GH. So Liquid making the moves with Matumba Man, getting him active across the map. And this is going to be definitely one of the upper hands in terms of matchups that Liquid have, as was talked about earlier. Just having this Lycan against this Luna. There's going to be this stage where Luna, she still wants to be in farm mode. But Matumba Man, he's more than ready to fight. Each time that ult's up, he's going to be bolting straight at Ramses.
Yeah. I mean, especially if there's like, I mean, this time it wasn't, but if there's ever a nighttime, sure, Eclipse turns it to nighttime for a short period of time, so the Howl gets boosted a bit, but I think the Howl was used before that anyway. But small little things that
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Book 1,
Same as you,
almost finished up by Matu. Ramses is ported bound back bottom. He could look to try to make some aggressive play. He's just gonna send the Wolves casually in the meantime, though. They just want to guarantee Miracle gets those boots of travel.
Miracle not doing bad at all. Did have a bit of a little bit of a tricky opening with the pressure and the matchup the VP have found in that mid lane.
Yeah, still 2-0.
Yes, absolutely. He gets the kills. Gets involved earlier. Gives him that boost to keep him on level with No One.
I wonder what build he's gonna go for this time. We've been seeing a lot of the Kaya. We saw the Aetherless Kaya by Sumail before. This time might be like the Blink Dagon, I think, maybe because he has the Invisible Wolves. He can go for those setups. We'll see though. A lot of different variety you can go for.
And here comes the push. A little bit of a silence onto No One, but not following in. Liquid just pushing in with the full 5-man down middle.
Is under attack.
I know that they've got a very strong push with this Lycan Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. If they can take down all these tier 1s, they can easily go into a Roche and claim it without it being too easy to contest if they have the proper ward vision. Tinker can always just push out the side lanes while they go for Roche with the other heroes.
The boosted travel complete for Miracle. So that first hurdle has been overcome for the Tinker. Putting the pressure on up top. Pasha does have Primal Split. He's very close to having Blink Dagger on the breather. Go for the smoke, but it was under the last 20 seconds of that ward, so Liquid know what's up. Miracle straight away with the TP, and also with his position dispels the smoke. So VP won't find any sort of kill. They could look to try and just take the tier 1 up top. Serpent wards are available for Solo as he hits 6. Liquid doing a good job at keeping themselves out of harm's way. Yeah, where the VP's trying to move. They'll head all the way around towards middle. Miracle with his positioning though, the opposite side of the tower.
I think Liquid's far away. Liquid's probably pretty happy that they have all 3 of their towers still up. Oh, the fact that Luna and Shadow Shaman haven't been able to find those opportunities to get those pushes down.
Yeah, as pointed out by what there, it was a nice warding mission though for VP.
Yeah,
the wards. 3 wards deeply down in Liquid's territory. Mid lane, they got the roll for GH. Has he got enough control to take down? No one, he hasn't. Silence and the stun, not quite enough. No one will survive. And this certainly is going to be the issue. You know, one of the reasons why Blitz said so confidently, this is a free Storm game. That is your lockdown. It's GH's combo, and that's it at the moment. Until sort of these items come online, sure, we might see an Orchid or a Scythe down the road for the Nature's Prophet, but at that stage, Jules is going to be there for the Orchid at least. It's so hard for you to control no one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he has the Yules now. It's pretty much impossible. You've got to catch him out of mana and off the back of an overcommitment. And
exactly
this is Noah, one of the strongest mids in the scene. He's unlikely to make that sort of a mistake. So it really could end up being the game that Blitz expected it to be, with this Storm just getting out of control entirely.
He could get out of control, yeah. I think Liquid is probably going to try to force down as many towers as possible early on to make sure that does not happen. So they can just take these head-on fights, but on bottom, Pasha has been playing.
He's opening up, jumps forward, Matuma Man pops the ult, he's ready to rock and roll, turns towards Solo. They are going to be able to control the Lycan there with the first stun. Can they keep Solo alive? The wolves are on him, Matuma Man himself backing away. Kuro gets the kill, answers the Shaman. Got further control, throwing mind control up into the air. Ramsey's heading in. He has the Eclipse, no one zips straight in. Has the grab, has the control. There's a defensive disruption from Kuro, buying time for mind control, trying to get him out of there. But no one, he continues to zip forward, bottling himself up. He has the mana to chase. Mind control, he's down. GH trying to roll himself away, looks for the TP out, but the Yules is there from no one. He has the control. GH is gone. Matuma Man, he's actually coming back into this one. There's still 4 arrows up. Kuro did manage to get the poison stacked up on Pasha, bursts him down, but no one, he still continues to look to fight. Miracle laying down the march of the machines, the defensive disruption, Kuro buying time for himself, and with the one charges, Kuro survives. They'll kill no one. That's the overextension that we were talking about that he has to make for Liquid to get the kill, and they find it, and they're not done yet. They've got the boosted travel on top of the walls. Liquid chased down for another. Solo turns with the wards and the control. Solo gets the kill onto Miracle, but he does go down as well. Liquid do find the favorable numbers by all means.
And Miracle starts spam pinging Matu. Matu in the non-shape-shifted wolf, putting in an incredible amount of work, but as we say that, Lil saving the void there so that it can't TP out.
Can this man get away? There is backup sort of inbound, but there's stronger backup for VP as no one zips in. And we'll get Matuma Man. So at the end of the trade, Liquid, they did get the numbers, but off the back of it, Miracle goes in, he loses his life down to a very, very, you know, keeping him as cool there, Solo, with that play with the ward dropping the shackles on the very edge of his life as he goes down, securing that Tinker kill. And then Matuma Man also getting caught off after the end of it all. So as much as Liquid gained there, I feel like it was just as quickly lost.
It looked pretty, like, almost even overall because of like how far the commitment ends up happening and how many kills get returned back and forth. Kuroki did a lot of damage with just the shadow.
Oh, he did, yeah. We saw him get a couple of those big kills in that Solo. Yeah.
Mega kill for Kuroki.
5-0-4 on the Shadow Demon. I mean, we've seen this hero, we've seen the clips, you know, if it gets late, this hero can do ridiculous damage.
Yeah.
What is it? Is the tap? Which level's with crazy talent?
It's the 15 and 20.
It's the 15 and, yeah.
Sometimes people take the movement speed instead of the shadow poison damage, but I mean, if he gets to the point where he can actually farm the damage, it's
really
crazy. I've seen some people do it. I've seen some.
Crazy.
Bottom, Miracle gets caught out. I think the 25% is what we've seen more of the time.
25%, that's it. That just sounds so good.
Yeah.
Especially the way that Kuro's been able to play, and he's finding the position to get it out mass amount of times.
Yep.
And the disruption usage has been perfect. We've seen multiple saves from him, and not only, of course, on himself, but also the cause on his side. He's been doing a lot on the Shadow Demon for sure.
Kaya now finished up on the Storm. Matu and My Control pressuring down top. There's the medallion pickup by My Control. Just that bonus armor, probably that Roche potential is what we're thinking.
I mean, it's definitely, as you said as well, you know, Liquid having no intentions of really drawing this game out. They want to take full control of the map, take all of these outer towers. Because the later it goes, the Storm and Luna combo,
they want to set up
quite a difficult thing to deal with.
They're setting the wolves onto Ramses here for the boosted travel because they have the ward watching him farm, but backup's coming. Pasha's there. Ramses gets pushed away from his big stack. Now Liquid wants to do it themselves.
Okay. I mean,
take a couple of the creeps at least.
Yeah.
Take one.
I mean, if that they get any with that, I don't know.
They got one.
They got one
little guy.
No one just working on Bloodstone next. Ramses here.
Yeah.
Solar Crest complete for Mind Control.
Yeah, that just screams Roche with the book on the like
Book 3 as well.
Solar, yeah.
And Miracle's getting space. Blink Dagger. Pretty much complete on the Tinker. Smoke up from VP again, looking to invade the jungle.
They're trying to set up for Miracle.
We may be tempted on that top. We'll see if he comes out on this creep wave. Looks like they won't stick around to keep eyes on it.
It's daytime for about another minute and a half. For mid, they're pinging out Matu. They want to try something. There's smoke, but Liquid in the meantime clearing out that ancient stack now. They're able to finish it up with the DD on the Nature's Prophet.
Ramses has got his own little ancient stack though over the safety of the top half of the Radiant map. We will at least claim something.
The Wolves are scouting this whole time.
Oh, GH, he's very quick with that silence. The border smash as well. Is it going to be enough to bring him down? No one. Very, very low. He's just got enough time to zip out. Will keep himself safe. Jump in with the Primal Split. Parasite trying to kick things off. The Rockets chase through. Miracle finds the kill onto Solo. No one has to get out of there. He's out of mana. Gets himself all the way back to base. Miracle. See if we can find any further action. Won't necessarily get it.
You see the Brew interaction versus the Lycan book? He just throws the Dispel and it kills the book instantly. From that Brew split.
Yeah, with the damage against the summons.
Yep.
Very, very, very good indeed.
You don't take damage either because you're inside your Brew form. Maybe your Storm Panda does take the damage, but you don't, the hero.
Liquid. Gearing up around this mid lane tower, but it's going down.
Nighttime kicks in now. No one has got. Is he gonna find the Arcane Rune? It gets killed by a wolf right in front of him. Yeah, we've talked about it. Look at that, he gives the wolf
Well
blades.
played indeed.
I mean, we've talked so much. We've seen Matu playing this Lycan so many times. His wolf micro is absolutely incredible.
I mean, Liquid, with the way that this game goes as well, if they are not too successful with these early pushes, they could definitely draw it out and play the rat game.
They can take it late with Tinker.
The rat game is always going to be strong with this sort of Lycan Nature's Prophet Tinker.
Yeah.
The stalling, the split pushing is always going to be a problem.
Yeah, and now they can get this rush, even though it's nighttime, there's no Brew split, and they take it down so fast with Solar Crest Book 3. Kaya
picked up for Miracle on his build. 1600 towards Blink on GH as well.
So he is doing the Dagon after the Blink Kaya.
Okay.
I thought that might be the case just because he has the Lycan Wolves going to be scouting. He wants to just be able to blow up the low HP Luna and Storm.
Yeah, the Storm's well. I mean, because they know that they don't have a lot of lockdown that they're relying on. So any that they have to make sure that they kill him during it.
I've seen him do this build before too.
Yeah.
He might vary still, but that's what he does have to get up at the moment. Matu uses Shapeshift, tries to find something unable to. They can't really transition this into a push just yet. Book is not up. They want to be able to force out the other lanes and then probably turn it into the push when Book is off cooldown in about 20 seconds, so they will start moving their way bottom.
They're definitely right to feel confident though with having that Aegis.
Yeah.
It is hard for VP to really take a straightforward 5v5 head on. They've got to look for some sort of smoke from the side, and they're trying for it here, but GH's positioning gives Liquid all the info that they need, as VP will not be able to get anywhere close to the tower. And now GH actually rolling forward, seeing if he can get a grab. He gets the bottle smash onto Solo. GH not only stopping the wraparound, but also setting up a kill, setting up the space for that tower to go down.
Yeah. Great positioning by them there, expecting VP to kind of try to make a move. And now they are 2k advantage. It's been very, very close this whole game though. VP's been leading the experience for the most part this last bit, but Liquid, that was that 1k 2k gold advantage. Long zip in by nowhere.
GH rolls forward, Ramses is there with no one, and back up. Can they actually get GH is still alive here? No one zips forward. He's not. Could he actually find it? The poster? No, GH is going to survive. No one gets baited in, and Liquid, they found no one. They found Ramses. Lil Looking to get himself over the tree line and back to safety.
Dude, that mech by mind control, he just picked it up.
Oh, Miracle ends up getting Lil as well on that Night Stalker. They're even chasing down for this band as well. Matumba Man just infinitely blocking off this brew, making it impossible for Pasha to escape. Pasha's down, Liquid claim 4. I mean, the way that they drew no one in, keeping GH alive like that.
That mech by mind control, that was literally perfect timing. I think he had some raindrop. I think he might have raindrop or something, or some extra wand charges too on GH, so pushed him in to survive that one. Now they're transitioning into a push.
And Solo's gone.
And Solo's dead, and they clean up the wards. Oh my god.
Liquid are turning it up just when they need to. This 23-minute mark where their lineup has such a hard-hitting push.
And there's a Dagon now finished up on the Tinker. Oh, heavy match first.
He's trying to put a stop to this, but as quickly as he goes and he has to go back out, there's no real damage threat from this Storm at this stage.
I mean, this Rax is just dead.
Yeah, the push is far too strong for VP to deal with. As slowly going down, no one's going to zip in. Has his eyes on Matumba, but with the march being laid out by Miracle, pretty much impossible for VP to fight into that push. The melee racks are down up top. And Liquid now sitting on a comfortable 7k lead at this stage. This is exactly how they hope to run this lineup.
Yeah. Let's hope for an overextension. I mean, mind control going for this. I don't think anyone expected that, like, mech to come out there. So just having this kind of build, we've seen him do it in the past too, going for that mech build when they have a big pushing lineup. And it pays off heavily, wins them a big fight. And they transition into a Rex.
Isn't that the Toby build in that video? Doesn't Toby build a mech on Nature's Prophet? It is, isn't it?
We won't talk about that. for Toby's sake.
Mind control with the Toby Wambers. Pasha. Looking for the BKB, making sure that he... I mean, to be fair, he does get the primal split out, but it's very hard for him to get away. And
looking for
once again,
here.
they are hunting him.
Hey,
He'll go straight for the TP out off the blink, and we'll make it.
Look at DD Wolf. Look at the DD animation on the Wolf. Dude, that is awesome.
Look at that. Someone worked overtime to make that look pretty. That's terrifying. The big blue wolf.
All the towers claim map control heavily in Liquid's advantage. The Wolves are scouting out constantly, as well as the Treants coming out for mind control. Looking to clean up a shrine now too. No one. He knows where mind control is. He's just actually choosing to get the hell away from him there.
He's respecting that.
Yeah.
He's out of there.
Dagon 3 already finished up on Miracle, so they have an incredible amount of burst damage on the side of Liquid.
Storm falling a little bit behind.
Yeah.
As Liquid are really amping up the pressure.
And they've got Blink already on GH. He's on his way toward an Aghanims on the Earth Spirit as well. And they're just, yeah, they're really starting to pull quite far ahead. DP really struggling to take fights. There's too many different summons as well for the Eclipse. Yeah. So whenever he runs and uses Eclipse, there's just Wolves, there's Books, there's Treants. Sure, Dispel from the Brew kills all the Treants and kills the Books and stuff like that, but it's still really tough for Ramses to get into.
What's all Lil? He's gonna try and get himself away. GH trying with the chase down. GH has the silence into the smash. Miracle with the Dagon. Zaps him down. Kill after kill for this Tinker. Miracle 10, 2, and 4. Making a big impact across the map. Level 19. Dagon going up and up and up in levels. And they have more than enough bursts, as we mentioned earlier, to deal with the cores of VP if they are caught out.
Yeah.
It's a very scary map for VP to come out on at the moment. And that is indeed why we're seeing Ramses play it. Very safe to home. He has the mount and the BKB, so as long as he gets it off before that sort of that smash comes in from GH, he should be fine.
He can get bursted down so quick.
Sure, yeah.
He gets soul
if the
captured.
Lycan gets in,
if he gets soul captured, like a Dagon and a combo from Miracle, and he's just straight dead.
Stupendous.
Bloodstone is finished, but now at the same time we do have an Orchid finished up on the side of the Nature's Prophet. Miracle. Looking to pressure. No one a bit. They're
GH chasing him. They know that no one is very low on the mana. And they've got him.
Yeah, he thinks he's trying to like fog them there behind the tree, but
that's
the Wolves
not gonna happen.
Oh,
that man's down, and that as soon as he picks up the Bloodstone, he has to say goodbye to a few charges.
Yep. Liquid just making all the right moves, and VP just in this incredibly defensive stance.
22 to 11. Liquid doing a grand job at trying to push this series to a game 3.
Yes, he takes the movement speed talent.
Oh, we did take it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
I mean, he doesn't need to be doing the damage.
I mean, I guess so. I guess so. It's all about just, yeah, the positioning, getting the saves, getting the catches with the disruption. And I guess you look at the lineup, damage is not an issue at all for Liquid at the moment with how big this Tinker is.
Just about positioning.
Yeah.
No one looking for GH here. All of Liquid's in the area, though.
Back up, and GH just lands a 3-man boulder smasher. Straight up solo's got Matumman with the wraparound. Rips apart the Night Stalker. The BKB's popped by Brew as he heads in with a primal split. Matumman running himself around. They'll try and control and they'll dispel the majority of his army out of it. Ramsey's heading into the midfield with the BKB. He has to go for the TP out, and he will make it away from it. But a very awkward fight for VP to try and walk into as they look towards GH. But they set up for just an easy 3-man stun for GH.
They can't really find good opportunities on the map because the map is getting closed on them constantly. The waves are being shoved in by Tinker, shoved in by Nature's Prophet as well as Lycan. They just can't get the good opportunities for any kind of fights coming out for VP. It's always Liquid with every single member there. But he just might die.
Instant silence from the Orchid. Ramses is trying to lead him with the Eclipse, but he cannot go out of the base. He'll get one of the dogs, one of the wolves. But that's it.
It's getting pretty out of hand here.
It really is.
They can't take fights versus Liquid's lineup. And the map is closing very quickly.
Oh, no one is instantly silenced there. It's so scary to play against this GHS, where I can imagine as this Storm. As again, he rolls in. There's a stun. There's a silence. He has the Yules. And he can't get out.
Oh, look at that. Using the Demonic Purge to bring down the Yule Scepter there by Kuro.
Oh, that was very smart.
Preemptively ending the Yule so the Dagon comes out.
And he's not expecting it.
No.
I mean, this game, it's can VP turn it? This pressure from Liquid just seems way too much at this stage. Miracle and Matumman far too far ahead for VP's lineup to deal with. The Luna feeling very, very unimpactful at this stage.
I mean, not even just mentioning the Luna, the Night Stalker and Shadow Shaman, they can't even walk into the fights. They just die to the AoE damage. They don't really contribute a lot in comparison to Liquid. They're gonna get the rush, it's instant cheese.
Oh, I mean, here we have, they do get the catch onto GH, but GH has got backup. And GH, they can't kill this Earth Spirit at this stage. Lil just gets bursted, patching up to the BKB. They will get GH. Solo's picked up though by Matumma as he chases it down. Buyback will be there from the Night Stalker. They're desperately trying to turn. No one comes in with a grab onto the Shadow Demon. They'll take down Kuroki. No one zips himself away from Miracle. Miracle blinks back, still with the Brewlings. And the control onto Mind Control. Lil's there. Flies himself over, they'll throw up Matumma into the air. VP doing their best to contain the team of Liquid, but they haven't quite got the damage from Matumma. He still has the cheese and the Aegis. Feeling under no threat whatsoever. Matumma is absolutely fine. VP do at least manage to make a dent in Liquid's lineup. They're getting a couple of kills. They did have to buy back though on the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
But still, considering how far they are behind, those sort of trades, they are going to favor VP in the experience and gold.
Yeah, I mean, they have to try something here. The map is closing on them so quickly. Like, Liquid just constantly pushing in all the lanes, just always getting the better fights. VP falling further and further behind. 13k advantage now for Liquid. I mean, if we look at the graph too, there's a lot of orange dots there with very minimal green dots.
Look at that, that is an absolute bloodbath in favor of Liquid. Those were 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Liquid just being very, very clear. I mean, this is just, it's the perfect Liquid lineup. Having this, at least the duo got, having Mind Control, Nature's Prophet, Matumma Lycan. The amount of times they have lost with that combination has to be incredibly low. They are just so good with these heroes. Some of, if not the best players around on those two.
Yeah, and GH, who is 0-6 on the Earth Spirit, has been having an incredible amount of impact.
I mean, as we said, there was a lack of lockdown, but he has been more than enough.
Yeah. Look at him getting in position here. He's got the blink.
How do you stop this push? There's no one for 20 seconds. And Miracle just picking off heroes on the side. Finds Lil outside of the base, takes him down. They do get eyes onto GH. Pasha trying to lead in. Kuro comes in with the disruption, banishing Ramses now with the lead in. Passion Balls to the BKB, gets the Primal Split off. They're looking towards Matuma Man. They've got the control with the Primal Split Broodlings, but he gets forced away. Matuma Man's going to be fine. Miracle jumps in with the burst, takes that one. No one zips in, trying to find Miracle. Can they quite finish off this Tinker? He's a little low on mana now, and he gets sent up into the air with the Yules. Tries to zip away, but now he's out of mana. The tank is empty. Miracle gets the triple. They're going to get the Storm as well. GG is called. This game, much too much for VP to deal with as Liquid. They absolutely dominate. 2 minutes onwards, this game, it just didn't look like there was any answer for VP in their lineup. They didn't find the lead. The way that Liquid played as a unit, grouping up as they were, it was perfect. And I've got to say, we don't always see amazing performances on a Shadow Demon. Kuro, he certainly brought it today.
Kuro had a great performance. I think everybody on Liquid, they played so nicely as a team.
This is the TI winning Liquid you expect.
Yes, especially with this draft. Like, whenever they have Lycan, they seem to just have so much control on the map. The way that they use the Wolves to just constantly scout out everybody, always seem to just have that map control as well. Tinker pushing in side lanes, Nature's Prophet as well. They always take these fights that are just extremely beneficial to them, and then they get a Roche, and the game just gets very out of hand very quickly.
Absolutely. Well, of course, the delight from this result is that we will be getting a game 3, of course, between Liquid and VP.
Yes.
But Liquid certainly stepping the pace up immensely here in this game 2. And VP, can they keep up with it in game 3? We'll find out very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this ad break for game 3 between Liquid and VP.
Liquid's turn to ban.
And remember, the mana regen from Aura now scales, like every source of mana regen in the game. So that potentially stays relevant even a little bit longer.
Bring on the Zeus. Bring on the Zeus.
Zas? Definitely an enabler for him.
Zeus?
Zeus?
That's what they call it in Korea.
Do they really?
Yeah, they call it Zeus.
Zeus.
Because there's no Z in Korean alphabet.
I'm surprised the Euros don't call it Zedus.
Ah.
Hey.
You got them there.
Wow. Got him.
Thanks, guys. Anyway, so, Team Liquid, we've got ourselves a little something here. Come on, VP. Fan it out, baby boys. Oh, that's a Weaver.
Yeah, most likely a Ramses Weaver. He's, we saw at the beginning of the day in their top plays of the season, the triple rampage that Ramses put up on that hero.
Was that really on him, though? It was like his team was dominating. He just happened to get the last hits.
I mean,
okay.
Ramses is always really good on his Weaver, too. This whole team knows how to build around a Weaver, to make him strong and succeed with him. They've been doing it since Boston Major.
You know what, I mean, how many times have you had a triple rampage in a pro match blitz?
That's true.
All right.
You're right,
Damn.
Nahas.
Got him.
Yeah, I'll see you at TI this year, man.
Get me out of here, dude. Get me out.
All right,
Anyway,
I'm done.
so,
Baby rage.
let's see. They definitely need a little bit more lockdown here. Every time you see an IO versus a Weaver, that's just the scariest IO game ever. I mean, if he gets the bug on you, you're just dead. That little thing will burrow its way into your heart.
Dude, the bugs are really good.
Yeah.
They are super good.
Lately, I've been a big fan of the bugs.
Yeah?
I don't know what it is.
I think it's been an underrated ability for a long time. Form's good, man.
I've known the pain as a weak support. Every time you get that stupid bug on you, it's just over. Weaver's so good at that laning phase. And here we go, Rubik!
That is the best support against Weaver. It feels so nice to steal Shakuchi. Because nobody ever carries dust. So you just split around. The initiation's cool too. Like you're essentially a shadow-bladed Rubik. You just like invis in at max move speed and then lift people from fog and you die in 2 seconds.
Is it really? Yeah, I guess so. But it's a super squish too. If Rubik, if Weaver kind of gets any kind of stun to help him out, he'll just blow a Rubik up.
Well, it's the combination of the Shakuchi. He's got the instant disable in the lift. Because of his 0 cast point, he can actually steal a lot of spells in the game, and they become instant disables against the Weaver.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Double disable is always great.
EP do not look confident in this stage of the draft. Like, you had smiles and jokes going off earlier today.
I'm telling you, their body language at the end of that last game, like, no one looked... He looked unhappy walking off that stage.
Don't worry, guys. It doesn't matter. If the draft is good, the draft is good. We don't got to go into this psychology stuff. No, I'm sure they're confident. They picked Death Prophet, excellent hero against Tiny IO.
What is with the no Disruptor against Tiny IO? In CIS, everybody picks Disruptor against this. What happened?
No Disruptor, no Witch Doctor.
I know. The classic combos. But I guess no one's needed it, though. IO Tiny has not had a great win rate today, from what we've seen.
Once again, though, we're going to see Death Prophet against potentially a very burst damage heavy lineup without a save.
Well, they still got time for a save.
If you don't get bursted on
We've
DP,
already got CM, and I guess you can still pick OD.
if you don't get bursted on DP, she's gonna crush.
Oh my god.
Well,
The Nyx Assassin.
you're getting bursted.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mind control Nyx Assassin.
Oh, two of the best Nyx Assassin players in the world right here, I think. Mind control and the Pasha.
Oh, Pasha certainly looked good on it earlier today.
I just don't understand what the Crystal Maiden's going to do in this game apart from die.
What are you talking about?
5 seconds remaining.
She's great, you know? She moves slower than, you know, the Courier.
She moves slower than Shaman. It was like...
She can freeze, she can mana, she protect, she attack, she defend.
You know,
she's going to get instantly cancelled by a Spy Carapace, have the ulti stolen by Rubik, and then return tenfold later. And most of your damage can be negated by Null Field or the regeneration from the IO. Or the base regen that is in the Nyx Assassin.
You know, so you think, Toby.
I do think this. This is why I say this.
Mm-hmm.
Toby, you fool. You fool of fools. Have you no idea?
When you see this final pick coming out from VP, the mana-starved carry that it desperately needs that regen. Then you'll truly know.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what I was just thinking. Is that we still have yet to see that aha pick from BP that's going to take advantage of the CM.
Who does take advantage? All I can think of is Chaos Knight.
What?
Really.
VP has Weaver.
Yeah.
That's it? That's the big mana lover right there?
Yeah.
It helps him for sure. It helps him.
10 seconds.
Well,
5 seconds.
CM also helped by the change in this patch where you get to level 2 so much faster. And she kind of needed that change, honestly, after the change to the creep spawns.
Sure. Helps out here. Here we go. 1 minute left on Team Liquid. They already got a pretty strong lineup. We got Burst. We got Initiation. We got that global presence with the Nyx Assassin being crazy and skittering around and an IO Tiny. Will they continue? What do you think they're missing? Need a little push, maybe?
You go back to the Lone Druid.
Give me another
Lycan.
Give me another Lycan. Give me a Nature's Prophet. Pick it for them.
I don't think you Nature's Prophet because, well, I mean, Matamaman does play that hero, but traditionally, Liquid has run the Nature's Prophet, at least for the last several months, almost exclusively as a mind control hero.
I'm okay with LD. I'm okay with Gyrocopter. I'm okay with Razor.
Gyrocopter's interesting. You think Razor gives you enough push?
He gets the Ags. Sure.
Yeah, but
doesn't his ult still stack?
I don't know. I'm sure Morphling's fine.
Morphling's banned.
Wait a minute. If you get an Ags on Razor and a Refresher Shard, is that a triple ult?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would anything survive such a torrent of storm?
The effect is that you immediately have a C.
Gyro.
There's my boy.
Yeah, Gyro's a good call.
They banned the Droid just in case. That could have been potentially a 4 offlane Weaver.
So you see Gyro, right?
I see him. There he is. Great call, Blitz.
No, I was.
Is that what you're looking for?
I was trying to figure out I was gonna say Virtus.Pro Gyro.
5 seconds remaining.
But now you need an offlaner. You need something like mobility that pushes in waves, so that Liquid just has to deal with that.
You think you can actually get away with still running an offlane Weaver without the buff up with Bro?
I'm sure you do something crazy and pick like Axe or Void.
Sure.
It depends on how confident you are in your Weaver Sam dueling. Like if you think that you can execute that dual lane really well, potentially. But I feel like CM feeds in that lane, honestly.
Slaughter.
Yeah. Who's core? Slaughter or the Night Stalker? Probably Slar.
I think this game, I would like to see core Night Stalker.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right, guys.
Or a one-position Slaughter.
It's a cool Slaughter recording.
That would actually be awesome.
Okay with either.
One-position Slaughter would be really interesting. All right, guys. One more game. One of the best matchups in Dota 2 right now. Where are you going, Toby?
Yeah, because I backed VP the last 2 games, that's not going to influence me for Game 3. I actually think Team Liquid have a lot stronger lineup in Game 3.
I will go Liquid.
Y'all don't know about that CM, dog. I already see it in my head. VP all the way.
I gotta go Liquid. I think they have a really good draft this time around. What we think doesn't matter. What happens in this game, though, matters. Winner moves on into the winner's bracket final of a major. One more time, bringing you all the action. Here are OD, Pixel, and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Nahaz. And yep, game 3, VP versus Liquid, and it is position 1 Slardar, ladies and gentlemen. Ramses will be playing carry Slardar, boys and girls. So buckle up, get ready for that. The question marks come out. No surprise there. But I'm excited to see how this works. I feel like I've seen it a few times with varying levels of success.
It said fight me.
Oh, hang on.
No one's angry. He doesn't like that they put these the have funs and stuff. He just
he's questioning. Oh, all right.
It's just for fun.
Oh, the reverse XD. That's a risky one to drop.
So yeah, safe lane Slaughter.
Safe lane Slaughter.
Can be a bit hard to play into Gyro from time to time, especially because of the massive burst damage that comes out. If you activate your sprint, you get bursted down very easily.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see how it works.
We'll do a quick rundown of the rest of the team. On VP, you have Pasha. He'll be taking the Weaver up to the top lane. No one on his mid lane, Death Prophet. Lil, Night Stalker once again. Solo, picking that CM straight up into the draft as his opener, and he'll be playing it. Mind Control, the core Nyx Assassin. Miracle playing the Gyrocopter, in fact, this time round. But Tumberman will be playing the Tiny, backed up by GH. And last but not least, there is, of course, the Rubik. Kuro will be around top lane. So where the action is, though, Pasha getting beat down very low by the two of them. Tiny IO combo. Kuro's there in mid, getting the block off for Miracle.
Yeah, so this slaughtered our last pick. They're going to try to abuse this Corrosive Haze with Death Prophet insanely well. Like the Exorcism plus the bugs plus the Corrosive Haze, just massive minus armor to punish this IO Tiny. That's what I'm seeing coming out from VP strat.
I'm talking about interesting lanes. It is going to be Miracle. He's taking the Gyro to the mid lane. Yeah. And the Tiny and IO will go top. So is this just looking to avoid some sort of matchup, or?
I think this is just what they've done, and they've done this previously before too.
On top again. Pasha with the Avalanche.
I think that they feel like the Tiny IO can dominate a Weaver much harder than the Gyro IO.
It looks a bit. We saw that Avalanche in a couple of right clicks. Pasha gets brought very, very low. Bottom lane, mind control. Turns, he gets the stun onto Solo. That won't save his life. First blood for Solo CM. It is a scary lane for that Nyx Assassin. A lot of control between those two heroes in the early levels. Yeah. Very hard for mind control to get much out of that bottom lane against those two.
Look at all these creeps in the mid lane. Power switches onto Miracle. We get the Siphon. We're going to get a good amount of harassment onto him here. Now the lift though with the barrage and the missile.
They're just going to turn and they're going to claim Lil's life.
Okay.
All right. Liquid.
Overstepping his bounds.
Picking back indeed there. Bottom lane, mind control again. Getting very, very low. These two heroes causing issues.
He's got a massive lane coming into him in the bottom lane though as Nyx. He's got double range creeps, 5 melee creeps as well.
Up top.
GH gets hit by the bugs, but Pasha's dropping quite low.
He's going to dive for this one. GH tethers across. Will still pop. Pasha still alive for now. Tumberman has got enough for the Avalanche toss with the Mango popped. He'll toss Lil under the tower. Pops the Mango. Has the Avalanche. Lil. Will he go down? He sure will. GH is there with the backup. Tumberman's fine. Nice little toss play there from Tumberman. Controlling Lil underneath the tower. There's a couple of rotations Lil's tried to make, and they've ended up in his death. Pasha.
Kuroki claims the room. Pasha's low on mana, but he does have stick charges. However, it's 4 seconds till that Shukuchi. A lot of damage coming out. Kuro has the Fade Bolt. Couple more hits.
Just gets away.
He had the Fairy Fire too, but yeah, that almost actually brings him down. That overcharge attack speed bonus, almost enough for them to get him.
Mid lane CS, 9 for 2 Miracle, 7 for 2 Noah. Levels pretty much dead even at the moment when it comes to experience on those two.
Yeah, they're both kind of having like a dual lane happening. Gotta watch out. There's high levels of Rocket Barrage. High levels, I mean 2 levels. More prioritized.
I mean, definitely high levels considering the way that Gyro's played the majority of the time.
we've been seeing
very rarely do you see Gyro players nowadays.
Yeah.
Put those extra points in Rocket Barrage early on.
That's what I meant. Thank you.
That's right.
You understood my
in
language.
comparison to the current trends on Gyro. Top, Pasha. Caught up by the combo. Not quite enough to finish him off. Still consistently bringing Pasha very low, making it really hard for him to stick in the lane, get any sort of CS on this Weaver. He's just sitting on 4, and Tumberman finding pretty much complete free farm up top.
Yeah.
The backup of GH. Bottom lane, bit of a chase down there onto mind control. Ramses did look to start diving into the tower, but mind control able to salve back up. Ramses farm, 17 for 9. Mind control 7 for 2 down here, so finding a little bit more than the offlaner. VP Pasha, but at the same time he's slowing down Ramses a bit more. So he's slowing down in terms of farm, in terms of fighting. Mind control getting bashed up. Ramses, see how he plays around this one. They've got the control to give him the frostbite. Mind control still with the spike carapace, and he'll bait it out perfectly. The telekinesis from Kuro just in time. Holds Ramses back, allows mind control to grab the haste rune. Mind control will live to see another day.
A lot about this early game is contesting these bounty runes, at least in the top area, to make sure that GH can't just always fill up his bottle, to make sure that Matu is full mana at all times. Again, they're going to go into Pasha up top. The Shikuchi's down for 1 more second. He pops the Fairy Fire, though, and he is safe with his wand as well. Mid. Mind-Control makes the rotation in.
They're rolling in. They've got the telekinesis. Homing missile connects onto the DP, but she's already got the siphon out. Lil will be fine. Solo with the rotation has the frostbite onto Miracle. Miracle falling low, trying to keep himself alive with the fairy fire. And oh, it's not enough. Oh, GH! Just in time, turns up, has the save. GH will keep that man alive. Mind Control does go down, but they get the kill on Solo. They protect their core, and now they're turning their attention towards no one. There's a missile inbound. The stun connects. No one surely is going to fall. Miracle falling low, but GH is there, keeping Miracle alive. Turns towards Lil. Lil is going to get away. Oh, he doesn't. The right click flies through from the flak attack. Miracle gets the kill. Miracle will fall. Pasha doing a hefty cleanup. Indeed, as you say, getting that triple kill.
Dude, so, he just jumped up to 1,200 gold.
I'm not surprised, just turning up at the end of that fight, stealing all of the glory. It looked great for Liquid. GH making these clutch plays, these saves, but as you say, they were very low, all of them. GH could not save them all. And yeah, what a TP, what a rotation for Pasha to make.
What a start to this game. 11 kills, 5 minutes. We've like 5 heroes mid battling it out. This is the best. I love these type of games. I love when IO just forces situations like that to happen because people survive with like 1 or 2 attacks and then everyone has to overextend all over the place. Turns into a really fun start.
Man getting those stacks going.
He's getting the best.
The bounty runes. Solo
getting the best time in this game for sure.
Oh, that's an invis. And he's out. Oh, it actually turned pop on frostbite before he's out. Oh, he's trying to slow him down to get to the rune in time.
Can't get it.
It was a neat little attempt from Solo, but yeah, not quite enough control.
Matu clears out that whole big camp that we were talking about, the triple neutrals. GH does have the tether. He's safe. How's our Slaughter carry doing? He's gonna go for the Blink Rush build. He's been saving all his gold. I think that might be the case, but maybe he wants to go for something different. Maybe like Midas. I don't know if that's the case. I think Blink's probably just better.
Oh, top diving in onto GH. Lil's there with the wraparound. GH
mid as well.
He cannot get out of that one. See the pressure coming through. Liquid ready to turn. Kuro surviving on minimal health. As they'll turn, they'll take down that no one Death Prophet.
He used Exorcism and tried to go for pressure into Miracle.
That's down for 2 minutes now. So that first use of the ult, not opportune at all.
Okay, Ramsey's queues up an armlet instead. He wants to put the transition earlier. I thought maybe he wants to make the blink and just run around making plays with Weaver and Death Prophet with Night Stalker. But he wants to build to be that damage-dealing core.
Well, he's found GH, but GH, he's got the backup of the Timmerman. Tethers across again. Pasha was moving in. They did want to try and make a plan for the IO. Catch, not quite there. Bottom lane. Got a good amount of catch, these two, though. Kuro and Mind Control setting up onto Ramsey, bringing him down low. Pasha duke it off in the tree line. Pasha does manage to get the kill onto GH. Miracle's TP'd in down bottom. Ramsey's got a south going. With the Rocket Barrage chase down, he's going to fall very, very low. He jukes it to the sidelines. I don't know if Mind Control can find this. He's continuing to look to chase it out. But Ramsey gets himself across the lane and gets back to safety. What was going on top?
Top was they surrounded the IO with the Night Stalker and Weaver, and he actually time-lapsed into the stun combo that was hitting on top of the Night Stalker, and he lives with like 10 HP just surviving and TPing out. But they do trade kills. So Matu ends up killing Lil while Pasha cleans up IO.
They'll fight around the bouncy ring. Got the Corrosive Haze out into Mind Control. Frostbite as well. They duke out the stun. Control. Will be caught out by the Crush. Does have the Spike Carapace. Spike sometimes always heading to the neutrals, not going to make it.
He did.
Lil gets the kill. 10 for 7, 8 minutes in. As you say, the carnage just continuing. 17 kills. So far, it's all about the battling, and it ain't stopping anytime soon. Mid-lane Miracle heading in, he gets the connection with the cooldown. No one trying to keep himself alive with the Siphon. It's doing a good job, it's not good enough. He's down. Telekinesis onto Ramses. There's a homing missile heading for him as well as the creep wave moving through, but Liquid, they'll hold back. They don't want to dive behind the tier 1. Solo on the side, has the control. Onto Mind Control. Silence into the void. 4 heroes chasing this man down. He'll turn around, get the 2 heroes stunned. Pasha should be pretty good to chase though. They'll have more than enough physical with the Corrosive Haze from Ramses out onto Mind Control. It's Pasha now in a mega kill streak. This man had a slow lane up top on the Weaver, but 5-0-2, his rotations, his involvement, really stepping up this off-lane Weaver.
Yeah, really quick medallion pickup too to benefit from all that minus armor as we mentioned earlier, the bugs, Corrosive Haze. And really take them down a lot when they have this Tiny and IO who are just very, very low armor. Matu's going for a different kind of build here. We saw the other Tinys today, I think, more prioritizing the tree grab early. He's going for the 4-4-1 build.
Okay.
Just to have that burst damage, I think, versus the Weaver and Death Prophet is probably the most important.
And the item-wise as well, no Shadowblade SMY, just get the treads into drums.
Yeah, he wants to just get very early aggressive, make space for his team. I think they want to just build a group up and run at them. Looks like Miracle's also building a drum on the gyrocopter.
Still, despite the changes over the ages, it's a very stat-efficient item, of course, and in a game where there's this amount of action this early on, it's going to have great impact for these early fights. A little bit of a boost that can give your team the edge. Comes these full-on 5-on-5 clashes. We're getting some pressure onto the tower. No one is there. We'll force him to back off. No one getting a little behind though on this Death Prophet in comparison to the progress of the other cores.
Yeah. The thing is that Pasha's
Pasha's making up for the losses that no one's having in this mid.
Yep. So Ramsey still has the armor queued up, but has the blink queued up afterwards.
Have the spyglass at hand.
Be able to get that set up. Mind control now, actually finding some space finally to get those levels bottom, because he's been suffering a bit this game. 0-4 on him. He's running around trying to make the plays, but dying. Enjoy the time. Once he gets Arcane Boots, on top of that Vendetta, he has a lot more liberty to make just run around and find those pickoffs for his team. And how close is GH to 6? They're getting closer on the relocate, so Vendetta plus relocate, classic combo. Being able to find people who are split up off the map.
Yeah, quite hard for VP to react against as well, as they don't really have that sort of saving hero. If Mind Control finds an opening for the relocate, they are quite likely indeed to get the kill off the back of it.
Yeah, usually in the past we've seen people like just versus the IO lineups when it's picked early, they pick heavy amounts of team fight. So it's like, oh, if they relocate in, it's really detrimental. There's a big stack getting cleared up here by Liquid, but this time around, VP only really has Death Prophet ultimate as their ultimate. As their team fight ability.
Sure. Yeah.
Like everything else is just kind of these very low cooldown, just brawl heroes.
VP starting to get in a position around this mid-tier 1. I'll lay down the ward at least. Liquid keeping well and truly grouped up. Completed solo crest for Pasha.
And he gets level 10, he gets the mana breakdown, so has a good amount of damage there coming in from him. Next item of choice on Matu will be that Shadow Blade, so they can go set up on those kills and burst down the Death Prophet, as we've mentioned a few times. And the River solo will be grabbed out by Kuro. The telekinesis, they have the missile flying in solo. It's going to try for a deny to the Ancients. Is he going to find it? He is not. Miracle gets the damage in with the Rocket Barrage. Solo is down. Another kill for Miracle. 5-1 and 2. Jaro so far. Man's hunting. See if he can get the grab onto no one. Kuro not going to make it out with the TP. The physical damage is too high from Pasha. Solar Crest, yeah. Still, they do find Mind Control down here. Ramses did switch up his build. He went for the Blink Tag, but now Relocate's coming in. Oh, Mind Control gets the chance for the spike. Happens into the sun. Mind Control's going to survive. Oh, what a turnaround from Liquid. Just like that. Always risky making a play onto a Nyx Assassin. When he has his spells up. They jumped into a trap though. Matsuma Man has gone, yeah, he came back with a re-relocate and that'll cost him his life. So as quickly as VP lose 2, Liquid are quick to offer up to themselves. Pasha with the time, will be fine. Well, yeah, very nice catch there from VP off the back of losing their own position 1. Yeah, the Slaughter, as I was mentioning, he did have the armlet queued up, but then he decided to switch back. I think I like the Blink Rush a little bit better in this game too, so he can join his team for these engagements. However, he pays with his life bottom, but still overall, in the nature of the game, being able to fight with Exorcism and Corrosive and stuns. But yeah, Pasha. 7-0 and 3 on this offlane Weaver. He's having an absolute whale of a time.
Radiant's bottom tower
Matu now clearing some more, or stacking another set of Ancients. That triple stack now coming up for him.
There definitely is some pressure on VP to really keep the ball rolling with this lineup. Anytime you see a position 1 Slardar, it is not the sort of position 1 that you see transitioning well into the later stages of the game. You've got to keep that tempo up.
Yeah.
Get the objectives between yourself and the Death Prophet. This could be seen as a bit of an You know, 14 minutes in, sure, they've got a 2k lead, but they're yet able to use an exorcism to actually take any towers.
Yeah. Slaughter is not a flash farmer is the big thing. He gains money through fights and through getting, like, you know, Roche with that corrosive haze with his team. And yeah, they haven't been able to hit pretty much any towers with the exorcism at all. All three are quite healthy on the side of Liquid. I've been doing a good job of keeping themselves right in front of those. No one takes the 12% magic resist talent this time around since he's versus Nyx and Tiny.
Oh, Ramsey's actually off the mark there with that Blink Crush. Miracle's going to be fine. A bit of a mini relocate just to make sure that he doesn't get caught out as GH takes him out to the side. VP will try and move in. Looking to surround the area Desire's return. Shadowblade's complete for Matuma. They will get the Frostbite onto GH. GH still alive though, and in fact with the telekinesis, Kuro's able to control Solo, holding back. GH will live. Matuma headed in looking for Lil. With the toss, he'll get it. Liquid still all alive here in this full 5-man. As VP, they wanted to try and punish that relocate back, but they were unable to do so. They lose a hero themselves. Liquid hold. Liquid starting to look very, very scary, and sort of questions. I mean, questions were always going to be raised about the position 1 Slaughter, and it's not to say that it still can't have a big effect, but I really feel as this game goes on, the question marks get bigger. What can Ramses do on this Slaughter? They need him for the initiation, and as we saw there, if he doesn't quite catch it, that's sort of the team fight over for this stage.
Yeah, and there's just the heals from GH, just perfectly positions himself, able to always have those like bonus wand charges as well. He had 17 throughout majority of that fight, saving them for the last possible moment. And now Liquid back to efficiency gaming, farming up this triple stack that they've had previously, also farmed up the other camps. The 2 big cores are getting pretty massive, but Mind Control is suffering a bit on that net worth department in comparison to his counterpart. You see 2,800 Nyx to the 6,500 of the Weaver.
I mean, Pasha, he's doing his best, and I feel he has to. He's got to become the carry if this game goes on.
I think that's what they're going to go for here with the way that Ramses is built up. I mean, sure, he's finished the armlet now, but having that plus the Weaver, who's just having such a good game in transition for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower has rung its last bell.
Putting the pressure onto this tower, they will take it. Liquid do find the trade down bottom. Continuing to move in as well towards that tier 2. No one about to hit level 12. Does have the Ghost ready to go. They want to look for a further objective.
Going to be important for VP to have sentry wards in the upcoming fights because of that Shadowblade Tiny. Just so they don't get insta-bursted on one of their heroes. Good, all set up. They want to be able to take out this mid-tier 1, just get the easier tower rather than bottom tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'll get this out.
He looks like they want to fight. They have darkness available.
Ramses going to do with a jump. It's the crush. It's a miracle, but it just doesn't follow. The tower's still down. They're prodding and poking a miracle, but they know it's hard to go in. GH is there with the backup. Comes in with the tether solo with the ultimate, but already the Death Prophet melts. No one is gone. Miracle finally falls. Pasha turns up. Solo gets a lot done damage-wise with that one. Now they have the Frostbite onto Matuma. VP surround him. Lil has to back away. The tree flies through. Matuma gets the double kill, but he will pay with his life as Pasha cleans up another. Gets Matuma. Both Miracle and Matuma going down there, and maybe even more. They have the crush onto GH. GH falls. This is what VP are looking for. Pasha just being set up to become the big core, the scaling core that VP need with this lineup.
That's
and it's working.
First, but look at that freezing field damage.
Yeah.
2,600 in total coming out from Solo. That positioning in the tree line there, absolutely perfect. The Carapace comes out quite late from Mind Control, not in range to cancel it at first. Absolutely perfect there by Solo.
Pasha now, Diffusal Blade, Solar Crest, 18 minutes.
He's very farmed.
He is playing this perfectly. 9-0-4.
His job is pretty much just isolate the IO in the beginning of the fights, take him out quickly, then clean up everybody else afterwards. With that Corrosive Haze, I mean, he does quite a lot of damage, man. Corrosive Haze still stolen here by Kuroki. They're looking to go for Solo in the mid, and that looks like a dead Crystal Maiden.
I've got him with the combo. Mind Control with the kill secure. Liquid. Only 1k behind again. 19 minutes, 17 to 15.
They have Corrosive Haze stolen. Looks like they want to turn this into a Roche.
All right. I mean, ghosts are up for VP.
It's level 2 haze.
They head towards the pit. VP do have this strong presence to go in for it, and they're looking for it.
There's Exorcism ready.
VP want to go in.
Liquid's trying to fight before they go for it, but they're killing it pretty quick with that haze stolen.
They have to get in VP if they want to have a chance of this. They'll throw the bugs forward. Know what's going on? Matuma sort of playing the bait though with the Shadow Blade. Keep himself hidden. VP themselves also very, very tentative about how they go towards approaching this Roshan fight. Now they'll do it. They commit the ghost, they go in Liquid. They are going to want to fight this. And here they are with the opening. Cooldown comes in, connects onto 2. No one on the front of it all, getting bashed up by Roshan. But Matuma on the side. They found the telekinesis onto Solo. Solo still alive for the time being. Finally, no, he's able to live. He gets away. Then again, mind control. How many times have we seen this man steal the Aegis? He'll take it. Death Prophet's down for 45. Liquid. I mean, many times today I feel we've seen Aegis is being stolen, but nothing really too much effect happening after. This time around is a very different story. They steal the Aegis, they kill the Death Prophet.
Mind Control just beelined it to the Roche pit to get on top of that Death Prophet. Carapace plus stun and mana burn, and then with the flak charges hitting in the back. And I think Matu may have tossed a creep or something on him there too. Just enough to be able to bring down the Death Prophet. And without Exorcism, like we mentioned, VP's teamfight is very minimal.
This tower's going to melt its course as well. So
that was
pushing a tiny.
That was really good decision making though by Liquid. Rather than in the last game, we saw them go for like the game before that, we saw them go for the Roche and they got wiped. This time they reset and take the fight instead of going for that Roche. Just incredibly good decision making then.
Oh, Ramses. Find the jump onto GH. GH gets the tether all in time over to Matuma Man. Pasha's there with the chase down though. They'll get GH. Now with the drum spot, they're trying to chase for more. No one has eyes onto Matuma Man, trying to slow him with the Cypher. Matuma with his own pair of drums. Beats them and tries to head off. Miracle with the cooldown to slow VP. Trying to create space for Matuma Man to get out of there. Pasha, he'll stop the chase. And Second Thoughts backs away. Will not continue to chase down Miracle. So they get the Gyre out of there despite losing GH on the IO. And Manta's style now complete for Miracle as well. So Frostbite, Corrosive Haze, Silence. A lot of reasons to get at this game.
Yep. Not
always the item for a Gyro. Most of the time, S and Y being the preferred progression from the Asher, but yeah, this is a great game for Manta's style.
This could be a game where we actually see the IO go for the Grant Scepter bonus for the Gyrocopter. He's still like 5 levels away, but we could see it coming to purpose. Next item on choice for Miracle will be that BKB, and they're going to start pressuring down toward bottom. They know Exorcism's not available, so VP can't take the fights. And Liquid has claimed a gold advantage, very slight gold advantage for the first time in like the last 20 minutes.
Matuma Man, he's got eyes on the prize. Knows where Lil and Ramses are. Ramses already down at half health.
The crush when he's farming.
Gets away, indeed. He'll be able to blink out. And that's still not going to be as fortunate. Lil left behind. Ripped apart by Liquid. Pasha's trying to commit for the fight that comes in. Gets caught out with this by Carapace. No one pops the exit. They're already chasing Ramses. He comes in with a beautiful blink crush. Shuts Liquid off as they try and escape. But they can't run away from this one. The BKB from Non allowing him to commit. They've claimed 3. Mind Control goes to the TP, but he's not making it. Ramses hits hard with the crush. And that is the sort of plays that you expect to see from your position 1 Slardar. Those sort of catches, Liquid incredibly grouped up. They try and back away. Ramses, bam, straight back in, setting up for a perfect fight for VP.
It all started out with him crushing an invisible hero because he was farming neutrals. But being able to re-engage, get that off with the freshly delivered BKB on no one. They have substantial team fight whenever Exorcism is up.
Get a tier 1 mid off the back of this one as well. More money for Pasha.
Just got knocked down.
This is the thing where at this point of the game where there's 3 cores of VP that are very, very farmed. You know, all sitting around the 10k mark. And Liquid, sure, Matuma Man and Miracle in a great place, but they don't have sort of that third powerhouse. Mind Control can still get a lot done at this stage of the game, but in comparison to the damage output that Pasha can offer, it's not really close.
Yeah, he still deals quite a lot of damage with Mana Burn versus the Death Prophet later, but yeah. The Weaver is having a very stellar game.
11-0-7. I mean, it just gets better and better. He's still yet to die.
Yep.
And just that we're really seeing the patience rewarded as well from Pasha. You know, going back to that laning stage, it was a slow start for him. We saw countless times the tiny IO was able to bring him down very, very low, but in none of those instances did he feed. Pasha keeping it incredibly clean this game. Ramsey's now completed BKB, so he can be even more YOLO with the jumps that he's been making, and as we saw in that last fight, catch a few heroes in those crushes, and it's very, very hard for Liquid to play around when the ghosts from no one are chasing them down as well.
They're gonna have triple BKB at a nice timing coming out for VP. They might like to go for a smoke or something along those lines whenever Pasha has his finished up. Ghost Scepter's next on the supports list for Liquid. I think GH might have his finished up coming on the courier. He does, as well as Mind Control does too. And Matu now does have the S and Y finished up, so they also got some decent item timings, but not the similar one in comparison to that BKB. VP, they are smoked up. They're leaving Pasha on their own. They're just sitting behind no one in the meantime. They're expecting some kind of play to happen from either the Nyx and relocate combo or something like that.
Pasha definitely just looking for that extra wave or two that will give him himself that BKB, as you mentioned. And then he'll certainly be interested in joining the rest of VP to make these plays.
Echolocation?
Liquid constantly having ancient stacks. Again, another triple stack, or I think it was a triple being cleared up by Matu. And Gyro in the meantime as well on the right side cleans up those three camps. Miracle bottom, pushing the lane out. VP, they look like they think that someone else is behind him. They're even bringing the Weaver down. They're like, okay, no one else on Liquid showing on the map. We don't really want to go for this Gyro. And Miracle ends up living here. Could have been a bit scary for him there with the position he was in, but VP unaware of where the rest of the members are. And now BKB finished up on Miracle.
The BKB's out for all the cause. As both teams looking to fight, I feel like VP, they're certainly the ones who want to fight that a little bit more, as we're seeing each and every time that the game turns passive. The farm rate of this Gyro and Tiny are hard to keep up with. VP's kind of heavily reliant on finding those pickoffs. And at this stage, as we've seen, finding the team fights as well, they can take it. Roshan would be a beautiful objective to go for, but still a minute until we see when that comes back in. Still a little bit of time where VP will have to hold off if they're after that. And yeah, as we say, this sort of passive moment always going to be favouring Liquid's lineup.
Yeah.
VP know that. They're looking to fight. Ramsey's tries with the jump. Can't quite close the gap onto Kuro. Kuro goes for the TP away. Is he going to make it? Ooh, 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 that physical damage.
Minus 30.
Oh, he nearly got shredded there.
Yeah.
But he gets out. Lucky that wasn't a bash.
AC, next item for the Tiny. That'll help a lot versus all the minus armor that we've been mentioning constantly, as well versus the Exorcism coming up from Death Prophet. So we'll be seeing Rosh's timer in about 20 seconds, and that's probably when we'll see the next biggest fight, but nighttime. Trying to take advantage of that.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
In the meantime, too, Liquid. They're pressuring bottom. They've got Io, they've got Tiny, he's got the tree. But as soon as they see the TPs coming in, they start retreating.
There's a lot of TPs coming in.
It might be GH who is the culprit. He gets a long tether away, though. And
Ramsey's charged for the blind blink stun. But indeed, Liquid already out of there.
They're getting a lot of space, though, on the side of Liquid with their farm time. Look at that 3K gold lead now. Now they're
ticking up, that lead indeed.
They know that VP's on the bottom side of the map, so they're looking to pick a fight here.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Fighting into these BKBs and the Exorcism. It's not necessarily an easy fight for Liquid to take.
They have to catch at least one of the heroes with Mind Control in the front. Just blow them up instantly so they have a number advantage versus Exorcism.
Liquid heading down here though. They are very far away from the pit.
Oh, it spawned really quickly.
Yeah, this early spawn time, it's perfect for VP.
Level 3 corrosive haze.
Quick and easy roast. That's going to be the Aegis and Cheese ready for the next push though. They'll certainly want to probably wait for the Exorcism to come back online before they go for that sort of push. He's going to have level 18 as well ready for the next one. No one. That's taken away from Liquid.
Dire's top tower is about
and VP need this. These are the things that they can do great to keep on track with this game and keep up with the pace of Liquid. Finding Roche, finding the kills. To the man, eyes onto no one. This is the Nexus isn't running out. In fact, they're going to try and lead in with the Spike Carapace straight into the stun. They want to take it down once, but the BKB cheese, oh, no one, he's ready to turn. Siphon's there as he chases down GH, looks towards Matuma. Miracle's trying to slow them down with the cooldown, but Matuma, he's in a lot of trouble. Ramsey's there with the wraparound to toss back the Slardar, but he's falling. Surely he can't get out of this. He turns with an avalanche, but one more touch from Lil brings him down. Liquid lose 3.
They just tried to burst him through that without him getting the cheese off.
It was always going to be ambitious with the BKB and cheese on Death Prophet.
Definitely.
And yeah, as we saw, no one gets the time to react. And suddenly Liquid's attempt on that bottom lane just falls to complete shambles.
Yeah, Liquid has to be careful here too. VP's on the aggression here. They're looking for a Miracle.
Ramsey's can find this. It's hard though. Miracle speeding away. We'll be able to get back up to the high ground. Mind Control still out. Radiant won't catch him. Mind Control indeed has eyes onto them. And she heads back up to the range that scan just as it times out as well. So VP no real information on the whereabouts of this Nyx assassin. There's that big pickup as well, as we talked about many times today. Having that Spirit Vessel on Lil, very, very useful for just reducing what GH can do in terms of save potential with the Aya. Yeah.
Level 20 now claimed on Ramses, so he's got the 50 attack speed bonus on top of a Hyperstone too, so he's starting to hit pretty hard on that carry Slardar. Look at Miracle. Miracle's almost got the butterfly finished up, and GH is getting closer and closer to level 15. Really curious if he does go for that tether grab bonus. I think he will for the gyrocopter, because it adds an incredible amount of damage whenever he does tether the gyro.
I won't be surprised if he does. I imagine as well, right, it would work quite nicely with the Nyx assassin on the defense. You tether, he burrows, and he's good to go.
Solo just gets comboed up by Matu. Quick little easy kill.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
That is Assault Crash finished. The back of that kill from the Timberman.
Much needed item. And continue to farm. And like we said, the low periods like this always will benefit Liquid because they can push out lanes and farm the neutral just much faster.
Has been denied.
Ramsey's looking for the MKB. His own Hyperstone. Butterfly complete. Can be pretty close for Ramses.
Yeah.
There's a bit more downtime and he'll have it. And they certainly will need it. Miracle having that evasion.
It's hard for VP to like take these just straight on fights, just because Liquid just farms the positions that they're in so fast that they just move on, and they're just very elusive around the map because of that.
Sustains, gold remain.
Next item for Gyro will be MKB as well. Yeah, lots of MKBs will be built this game.
The grouped up down point. Still got a tier 1 here, waiting for them to take down. With the Ghost available, certainly try and push on for more.
Liquid's just really just trying to avoid these fights still. They want to just get bigger and bigger on the gyrocopter and the tiny before they try to take these engagements versus Exorcism. So VP has very good timings coming in here. Everyone's level 20, they've all got BKBs.
The Timberman with this positioning has eyes on the CPU that no one had, so immediately has the info to tell them to get the heck out of there.
Yep, now they're going to move to the other two side lanes, just constantly avoid those fights.
Solo did sort of walk into them. Like he was quite fortunate to actually be able to walk out. Timberman and GH very, very close to the CM. In this game, 25-18, 33 minutes in. This is what we certainly hoped from this matchup, Liquid VP. What a time to get it as well in the deciding game of this series.
Yeah, they're both being very careful. Aegis gets claimed. Now we could see Liquid trying to maybe take a fight here, trying to get their next big items. GH really trying to get that level 15. Matu is actually not even taking XP from him, but he's gonna get bursted down now.
He is indeed.
Matumben's like, he was actually like staying away from him so that GH can get the solo experience and have the tether away, but gets quickly bursted down. Eye of Scotty next item will be for Miracle. more tankiness.
Interesting that, as we saw, yeah, Weapons was pointing out, Solo taking the GPM over the buff Dora. Does that surprise you, or?
In this game, that does not surprise me.
No?
I think that everybody has enough mana
Okay.
in this game. There's nothing like a Stormer and Tinker.
Sure. Mid lane starting to push it onto tier 2s. VP do what they can when they're up 5 versus 4. And they should find this. They've got good amounts of siege indeed, even without the ghosts. Now that there's that amount of attack speed, as you mentioned on Ramses.
Yeah.
Beating down these towers.
So AC will be the next item for Ramses to match versus the Tiny's AC, and benefits his whole team, minus armor. It's just the really scary thing about VP's lineup is really that minus armor. It's if they like ever, if they ever walk into the pit, that Roche is just instantly dead, pretty much. I mean, it's gonna be super hard for Liquid to contest those, unless they're in a more fortunate position of the map.
My tongue's out. Liquid huddling together to make sure that VP can't get any sort of initiation onto them. VP themselves, though, still very careful about how they proceed. They have got that MKB complete on Pasha. This certainly could be the time to do so, and you know, Miracle and Matumba Man are getting further and further ahead. Miracle in particular, very, very comfortably at the top of the net worth now. It's a clear 6k between him and no one's Death Prophet.
He's been playing on his own for a very, very long time in this game now, too. The rest of his team is running together as a unit of 4, while he pushes out. GH, still trying to get that level 15. He keeps running to neutrals alone. He's like, I just want to get this 15. He's got it now.
He's going to take the spirit damage now. He actually does.
Damage. He hasn't been tethering
every time with Theory Craft sort of the Ags.
I thought this time
never do it
with the gyrocopter he would, but he's been tethering mostly with the Tiny. But
sure,
he's been prioritizing that one mostly. Okay.
One day we'll get to see the Tether Grand Scepter bonus in competitive. I feel like it never happens. Down bottom. Liquid smoked up. Do you think he can get any sort of fortunate grab outside of the base? VP, they're sending Solo and no one out. I think we'll get the jump onto this. They've got their eyes onto no one. It means, oh, that BKB reaction from no one. Absolutely instant.
If they can disengage from this exorcism without losing anyone, though, it's pretty massive for Liquid.
It can still be good news for Liquid. And a bit of a strange relocate there for GH. I mean, he kind of just relocated the shortest amount. I mean, maybe he's trying to bait them into continuing to try and fight. They'll jump in, mind control. Oh!
3-man stun.
The 3-man stun, have they got the follow? Miracle turns in with the cooldown. He gets 3. The BKBs come out. Ramses turns his attention towards Miracle. Miracle with a mad style. Removes the corrosive haze. Turns towards no one. No one's going to be down. That relocate bait. Incredibly simple.
Pasha.
But oh, so effective.
Will this be his first death?
He is gone as well. That little... I think we were sort of looking like, oh, what's happening here? And I think VP were looking at it as well, going, what's happening here?
It was a bait.
What a bait from GH. They'd get... I mean, I think they would have been happy with just the Death Prophet, but getting Pasha's Weaver as well, they have to buy back on the DP. There is no buyback on Pasha.
Yeah, that was...
That's a TI winning play.
Super nice bait, and with that next stun, I mean, my control hits 3 of them there.
Yeah.
That was very nicely executed. When a gyro can just run in like that and throw all 9 flaks, that's pretty damn ridiculous.
I think that's the last time we'll see VP fall for that sort of play from GH.
Kuro. Gucci'd up. Now he's got them. Oh, he's got like the greatest mobility. Still no Roche. Spud gets to the respawn in 40 seconds. That one's going to be very significant with that refresher shard.
All about this area around the pit. Ramses with a cheeky D ward. Does get away with it.
Sustains, gold remains.
Matsu's going for Heart next on the Tiny, so he just wants to be that frontliner, soaking all the damage while Miracle does the damage himself. Miracle has queued up the Daedalus next.
All about this Roche control. Roshan's going to be back up.
Yep.
Any second now. And Solo. It's close to spawning. Cooldown's laid down. Themselves out of it.
They don't have enough. I mean, it's a very low cooldown.
It is a low cooldown.
It was Arcane Rune too, so.
Oh, okay, fair
yeah.
enough. It's a very low cooldown then, yeah. Do 20 seconds, it'll be back there. Roshan is up now. No one has Exorcism.
Full heart now on Matumba. So what's his status resistance? 25.8 plus 40%. Okay. Pretty durable Tiny there.
Moving around one another. Liquid heading up to the high ground. VP still at the lower portion around this mouth to the Roshan pit.
Liquid, like, they have to just try to take a fight, because if they walk away from
Liquid's
that
in
push,
a very good position
so
here. Solo walks for mind control, gets the two-man stun straight away. The CM's down. They'll chase down Lil as well. The Shrine Hill will not save the Night Stalker. Liquid in prime position as VP sweep back and forward between those two high ground spots.
Oh, and look at
Liquid
DD Rune.
Okay.
Right outside the pit.
All right. I mean, this Roche is theirs for sure. 2 people down on VP. No way that VP have any interest in trying to contest this Roshan. Liquid get this one for free. That's the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Refresher Shard for the nap. And they give the Refresher Shard over to. That is, of course.
What is it, my control? So we can get a double. So we can get like a double impales.
It's been hitting some 6 stuns.
I think it's the. They don't really have anyone who's amazing at holding Refresher Shard this game, so I think he's probably the best just to get like double stun, double mana burn, double carapace.
I mean,
yeah,
what we've got to see is Kuro grab the Exorcism, double Exorcism.
That would be pretty sick.
That's all he's got to do, Kuro. Come on. Steal that Exorcism, and then he gets the Refresher Shard, I'm sure.
I think he's happy with his Shikuchi.
That's true. It's hard to let that one go when you've got it. Makes the game so nice to play as a Rubik.
Doesn't have it much longer,
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
VP really on the back foot now. 12k gold advantage for Liquid. VP still having the experience advantage, but that gold really being a problem.
And no one's still trying to find his way towards completing that Shiva's Guard. Daedalus complete for Miracle. Level 25. This Gyro, absolutely massive, and his team so far have been doing an excellent job of having the control he needs to get max damage output with the flat cannon.
I would love to see 20 flat cannon charges too, or 18 flat cannon charges with a Refresher Shard, but it's definitely just better on Nyx. That would be cool though, right?
Yeah.
Or 6 missiles, 6 rockets on somebody.
It's not bad at all. Up top, Lil. What out? Yeah, 6 missiles. That would be quite a sight to behold. But as it stands, on mind control still keeping that Shard nice and close to himself. He wants to make the plays with it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's definitely best on him.
Yeah, if this game's anything to go
by. Oh,
by.
they find a courier snipe. They walked right next to my control.
Didn't quite have anything in. We were seeing any sort of major items that were looking to be... Oh, it was the attempt to pick up the completed Octarine.
Yeah.
So VP's got to head out themselves if they want to go for it. I don't think Liquid's going to give them the chance. So definitely a bit of a painful one there that no one can't have the Octarine for the next use of the Exorcism, which he's almost certainly going to get forced to do so as Liquid. They're coming down the top lane. Straight onto the tier 3 towers. How can these boys of VP stop this? Still 5 seconds without the Night Stalker. Missile comes through. Miracle heads in. The damage from this Tiny ripping this tower apart. The flat cannon as well, just forcing VP back. Ramsey's getting ever so low. They do have the frostbite onto Matuma Man, but GH there, quick with the heals and the save. Gets Matuma Man back out. Jump forward for Ramses. Finds the crush. Ramses has to put the BKB and back off. Keeping himself alive with the armlet toggling. Ramsey's playing on the very edge of his life there, though. Risky plays from the Slados. They desperately try and force Liquid away. The ghosts are out. Liquid will just back up and wait out.
Did Matu miss? Was that a Solar Crest usage by Pasha on his teammate, and it saved him there? I think that's actually what ended up happening. That was cool.
Liquid ready to poke as soon as those ghosts are gone.
I like watching how the duration of the corrosive haze on the Tiny too. It just lasts a very little amount of time.
Some on that. Avalanche shot to Pasha. Again, these flat cannon, they had to get away. Ramses, he's jumped into the Mystical, tried to go for a big play with the crush, but it may just be over. It is. GG, well played. Liquid were allowed to get too far ahead there. We always knew that when it came down to the farm, any sort of downtime, this Tiny were going to get out of hand. Miracle farmed up an absolute treat on this Gyrocopter. Incredibly big at the end of the day. And some great plays, and some very fun plays to watch as well. That little back off and